Live from Athletic Culture Stadium in Springwater Township, Baycats TV presents the Canadian Baseball League. And tonight it's the Guelph Royals in town to take on the hometown Barrie Baycats. Hello again, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ben Davy, along with Julius Hern. The Guelph Royals lost their Canada Day game yesterday against the Kitchener Panthers, but had won 4 straight prior to that and come into tonight's game with a 12-8 record, playing some pretty good baseball over the last 2 weeks and clearly trying to position themselves as one of the top-tier teams here in the CBL standings.
Yeah, after such a great performance they had coming out of last year, a lot of expectation on this Guelph Royals team coming into this year, and they've been able to kind of keep pace with the rest of the league and kind of stay up with the big boys. They sit in 5th place right now, and talking to manager Dino Ramel today, he said the key has been able to get them to the back end of the bullpen because their relievers have been absolutely dominant so far this year, and that all starts with getting on the board early. A look at a guy like Anthony Gilbert. He got things going against Barrie their last matchup. He's riding an 11-game hit streak and looks to continue that today.
As for the Barrie Baycats, after a torrid start to the season that saw them in 1st place, suddenly they find themselves struggling a little bit with a 3-game losing streak coming into tonight. So super important that they can put the brakes on that and just get a win against a team that's given them some problems this year. They're still looking for their first win over the Royals. They haven't beat the London Majors yet this year, so you definitely want to establish some success against these top teams early in the season.
Yeah, they've lost 3 in a row, and as you mentioned, they've been in 1st place for a lot of this year, so trying to climb back up, and a pennant is just as important for this team this year with a lot of expectation on the Baycats as well, and they got to get things kick-started as well. Look at a guy like Clayton Keys. He's back in the lineup tonight after taking some time off due to injury, and he's riding a 10-game on-base streak, so another guy that can kick-start things for Barrie to try and get back in the win column.
It's the Royals and the Baycats. When we return, we will have the starting lineups and the first pitch for you right after this.
32, take 2. You guys are clear.
Hi, I'm Christy Fantz from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Home in native land, true faith in love, in all of us come
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the mound for tonight's ceremonial first pitch, host of the Cool FM Midday Show, Leanne Page. You can catch Leanne on air weekdays from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Barrie's Best Mix 107.5 Cool FM. Leanne, it's your pitch.
Nicely done, Leanne, and we are ready for baseball on this sweltering hot Thursday night in Simcoe County. The Royals and the Baycats for the third time in the 2026 regular season. Game time temperature of 29 degrees. You mentioned the heat warning has been lifted, but it sure doesn't feel like it right now.
No, it's sweltering hot, really humid. I know you said it earlier before you went on air. You're worried about the bug situation once we get further into this ball game. That very well may come into play once we get into the 6th, 7th part of this game.
It's a humidex of 36 and the wind negligible, so it's staying hydrated is definitely going to be a key for the players and the fans who are here watching this game today. Let's look at the starting lineup for Dino Ramel's Guelph Royals. Ryan DeSantos back in the familiar leadoff spot in left field. Anthony Gilbert is the number 2 hitter at shortstop. Miguel Geraldo bats third at second base.
To the fans down the left and right field lines, please be aware of any batted or thrown baseballs leaving the field of play to prevent.
At first base, the third baseman is Davis Nadal. Batting 7th, Andy Leader. The number 8 spot is held by Matthew Ward, the catcher, and the center fielder Ashton Patterson will bat 9th.
Well, now for the Barrie Baycats, it's Mexican left-hander Saul Vasquez. It's his first appearance since June 21st. It's been a while for him, and a guy that likes to take a relief outing a couple days before a start. I wonder how much that's going to come into play for Vasquez today, especially hasn't played in a long time. He has been quite successful so far for the Baycats this year, coming in with a 4.88 ERA, a 2-0 record in 27 2/3 innings.
Home plate umpire is Scott Cameron. Adam DeCare is at first base, and Don Michelle down the line at third. That last outing for Vasquez in Kitchener, he allowed 3 runs in a 6-inning start. That was an 18-7 Baycats win back on June 21st, and the Baycats need him to come out with a strong outing here on this Thursday evening in Barrie. Ryan DeSantos steps in. Saul Vasquez is ready. And so is this crowd here at Athletic Culture Stadium. Vasquez winds and delivers the first pitch of the game, and it's a fastball for a strike. We're underway at 7:39. 29 degrees, 36 with a humidex. We might lose about 4 or 5 degrees by the end of the game. We're certainly hoping for that. Left-hander deals. Another called strike. DeSantos, a high walks, high strikeouts player, has been his whole career. Takes a lot of pitches, tries to work that count in his favor. He's behind 0-2 here. Here's the pitch from Vasquez, and that one is way high. 1-2.
Yeah, he's two strikeouts for every walk this year so far for DeSantos. 26 strikeouts, 13 walks. Still seems like he's trying to fit in a little bit more to Guelph after coming over from Toronto in the offseason.
That one just missed, framed by catcher Christian Puyol-Genesar. Did not get the call. 2-2. Scores a lot of runs. He's consistently among the CBL leaders in runs scored simply because he gets on base so much. That was certainly the case with the high-scoring Toronto Maple Leafs prior to his arrival in Guelph. 2-2 from Vasquez. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 out at the top of the first.
Let's give the defense here for the Barrie Baycats.
The shortstop, number 27.
In left field, Clayton Keys. In center, it's Kenise Ejo. It's Edgar Figueroa back in right field. On the infield, Adam Odd back at third. The Hernandez brothers, Brandon and Francisco, at short and second. Noah Hall gets the start at first base today, and it's Christian Puyol-Genesar behind the dish for Saul Vasquez.
Here's Anthony Gilbert. First pitch misses outside. So a couple notable absences for the Baycats. Noel McGarry-Doyle, not in the starting lineup. He's, of course, leading the CBL. A 462 batting average. And Nolan Macabroda getting the start off tonight. May be available to be used later. That one fouled down the third base line.
Well, I think the thing is for a couple of these guys, Noel McGarry-Doyle, spoke to them a little bit, very briefly pregame, and it was a hamstring injury that manager Josh Matlow was being extra cautious about with him, and due to the how soon it is in the season, not trying to push him too hard. He's might still be dealing with that, but he told me that he's feeling great so far. But it also, with Cyprian on the bench and Macabroda on the bench, this is game 2 of 4 games in 4 days. And considering the heat, maybe a good opportunity to give those guys a rest.
Yeah, the schedule can really be taxing this time of year when the heat kicks in. This one hit down the first base line as a foul ball. So it's a 1-2 count to Anthony Gilbert. They want to be very careful with their star outfielders, both Noel McGarry-Doyle and Kenise Ejo, trying to keep those guys healthy for the late season games that will really be crucial down the stretch.
A lot of hydrating this week, considering the heat and kind of getting into the dog days of summer, you could say.
1-2 pitch. Up in the zone, 2-2. Yeah, the dog days of summer, but it does feel a little early to be using that term.
Yeah.
July 2nd. But
hey, we're into the second half. I think there's a little bit of leeway there that we can start, opening the vault on that verbiage.
Felt like summer would never get here, but when it came with a bang. 2-2 on the way, off speed, and it just floats outside, 3-2. Vasquez really trying to stretch the zone here, trying to get Gilbert to chase.
Well, Gilbert has been super impressive his first year in the CBL, currently riding an 11-game hit streak, as I mentioned, but also up there in terms of the league leaders in batting average, 421.
This one lifted over short. It'll drop for a base hit into center field. Gilbert's aboard and a one-out base runner for the Royals.
Second baseman number 15, Miguel Geraldo.
Miguel Geraldo having an all-star season. Comes to the plate with a man on and 1 out here in the first inning. His 8 doubles puts him 3rd among league leaders. Swings and misses on a fastball. Couldn't catch up to it. 0-1. Vasquez came right at him with the heat on the first pitch.
Gilbert could run here. He has 2 steals so far this year on 2 attempts.
Fouled back to the screen, 0-2. So Vasquez doing a nice job getting ahead in the count. Seems to like to try to stretch the zone when he gets that 0-2 count. We'll see if he does that here or whether he comes right at him. Runner leads, 1 away. Vasquez to the belt. 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Saul Vasquez. Geraldo kind of bending the knees trying to sell that. He thought it was up in the zone, but Vasquez got the 3rd strike call.
Yeah, it's a great pitch there in that situation from Vasquez and really fooled Geraldo there, as you mentioned. The reaction, kind of speaks for itself. Geraldo not in agreement with that call, but goes Vasquez's way, and that's a big out here in the first.
Garrett Takamatsu. A veteran in this league, former Toronto Maple Leaf. One of several on this Royals roster this year. First pitch swinging, and it's hit to shallow right field down the line. It'll drop. To third goes Gilbert, and Takamatsu will stay at first and be content with a single on a little duck snort to right.
First baseman number 18.
That's just kind of the hitting that Garrett Takamatsu has made him so successful. Those seeing eye singles, yeah, he brings the power, but those singles in the kind of no man's land as that one landed have really been a key to Guelph so far this year. We saw it with Gilbert's first single in this inning, and it goes to say Vasquez, he's making good pitches and he's jamming these hitters, but the ball just lands in the Bermuda Triangle, so to speak.
Yeah, and I think the outfielders are aware of Takamatsu's power, and that forces a little bit of extra space in shallow right field there for a hitter like Takamatsu if he can go that way and drop it in. So here's Victor Muskai, the first baseman and number 5 hitter with 2 out and 2 on for the Royals. A chance to score and get an early lead here. Lefty-lefty matchup, and that one is away and low.
Well, and just like Gilbert, Muskai also a double-digit hit streak, 10 games he's riding right now. It's been a very welcome addition to this Royals team since joining mid-season.
2 balls, no strikes. Vasquez behind in the count here. On deck is Davis Nadal, the third baseman. Swing and a miss. 2-1. I'm not sure if Muskai wants a new bat. Looks like he does.
I think he's just getting some tar.
Maybe didn't quite have a good grip on that.
No.
A lot of moisture in the air today, a lot of sweat.
Yeah, and he's a power hitter, so those big swings are, you're going to need some extra grip on the bat to, make those big hits happen.
The hitters are looking for the extra grip. The pitchers are not. With the many equipment checks that we've had following the recent ejection of Frank Garces in a game here a couple of weeks ago. 3-1 the count now.
Yeah, and that's been a point of emphasis now from CBL umpires, an initiative starting after that ejection of Garces to be more vigilant and checking these pitchers more regularly.
3-1 count. Here's the pitch. And he couldn't hold his swing. 3-2. My question is, if they're going to be inspecting the pitchers regularly, will they start inspecting the hitters as well? Start taking a close look at some of these bats, make sure the pine tar isn't too far up. I mean, there's some restrictions with hitters as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm sure you're well aware of the George Brett moment from the 80s.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Runner goes and is hit weakly on the ground. Could be trouble. Vasquez with it. Makes the flip to first. It's in time for the out. A little backhand frisbee toss from Saul Vasquez to Noah Hull to get the third out at first base. And the Royals strand 2. We played half an inning, still no score here at Athletic Culture Stadium.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
First inning of play is brought to you by Park Place, Barrie's Grand Slam destination for dining, shopping, and fun. See you after the game.
Ben Davy, Julius Hern, and a lot of bottled water here at Athletic Culture Stadium. Royals and the Baycats. Let's take a look at Barrie's starting lineup for manager Josh Matlow. Leadoff man Kenisi Joe back in the top spot in center field. Edgar Figueroa up to the number 2 spot in right field. Francisco Hernandez hits third at second base. Ryan Rio, the DH and cleanup man. Clayton Keys, the left fielder tonight, batting 5th. Adam Ott at third base, bat 6th. Noah Hull at first base, batting 7th. Christian Puyol Genesar is the catcher tonight. He hits 8th. And Brandon Hernandez, the shortstop and number 9 hitter.
On the mound for the Guelph Royals, it's hometown kid Jacob Cush, and the start of the season has not gone his way, and definitely not reminiscent of his fantastic 2024 season. Still looking for his first win. He comes in with a 6.0 ERA in his first 5 appearances. 4 of those were starts. He's got 14 strikeouts and 9 walks through his first 27 innings.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Kenisi Joe. Cush, a 27-year-old Guelph native, brother of Kyle, another pitcher on this team. Jacob in his 3rd CBL season. This one hit on the ground to third. Backhanded by Nadal. Long throw, but it's there in time for the first out.
Ready for
Give the defense here for the Guelph Royals. In the outfield from left to right, Ryan Dos Santos, Ashton Patterson, Andy Leader. Now in the infield, it's Davis Nadal, Anthony Gilbert, Miguel Geraldo, and Victor Mascai. All first-year players on this Royals team, and then Matthew Ward, the regular catcher, behind the dish for Jacob Cush. Really reminiscent of the lineup we saw the last time the Royals were here, and a lot of the names that they expect to have in their lineup for most of the year.
Yeah, you look at the contributions from these first-year players on the Royals lineup this year, and you add them to veterans like in the outfield, Dos Santos, Patterson, and Leader, guys that have been in the league for a long time. And this is a very potent and potentially explosive Royals lineup. 12-8 record coming into today. And a called strike to Edgar Figueroa.
Well, if you remember how rough the start of the season was last year for this Guelph Royals team, and they really relied on those mid-season acquisitions to push them into the playoffs and push them through the playoffs to a fantastic semifinal series with Welland.
They have a real knack for picking up a clutch player or two when they need to mid-season to fill a hole or just strengthen an area that might be of concern. Down the line and foul.
But also a big name, obviously, last year with Claudio Custodio, a former Baycat, coming into Guelph's team again last year. He's expected to join the team in the coming weeks, so that would be another huge addition ahead of the end of this year for the Royals, who sit in 5th place right now, the final playoff spot.
Of course, it was 2 seasons ago that the Baycats defeated the Royals in the IBL Championship Series, 4-game sweep, winning that in Guelph. That Royals team upset the defending champion Welland Jackfish. Call strike to Edgar Figueroa. 2 quick outs here for Jacob Cush.
Figueroa doesn't like that call at all. It's kind of just frozen in place.
Francisco Hernandez, the second baseman for the Baycats. Inside, 1-0.
And you could argue Francisco Hernandez has been the most consistent player on this team. 17-game hit streak, and that just only excludes the first 2 games of the season. So being able to reach base and be a part of things offensively every game has been very impressive.
Gets on base and scores a lot of runs, and his 12 stolen bases has certainly helped with that. 2-0, fouled back to the screen.
Seems to be the most aggressive hitter on this Baycats team, at least so far.
Interesting strategy by Josh Matlow, putting such a speedy player in the number 3 spot in the lineup. Maybe not necessarily conventional thinking, but it's definitely worked.
Well, I think when you look down this lineup and you look at the way his brother Brandon has been hitting in the number 9 spot, it's hard to take Brandon out of that spot. And Francisco's thrived in the number 3 spot so far this year and through the back half of last year as well.
And he draws a walk. So a good at bat by Hernandez to get himself aboard, and here's Ryan Rio with 2 away.
Ryan Rio.
Sort of a paradoxical statement when you say a player is too good to take out of the number 9 spot of the lineup.
It just works so well. Brandon Hernandez has been able to turn things over to the top part of the lineup, which has been the most successful this year, and that walk right there extending Francisco's on-base streak to 18 games.
Ryan Rio with a little handshake for Matthew Ward before his first plate appearance here. And he's swinging on the first pitch. Hits a high fly ball to left field. It'll hang up there for Ryan Dos Santos. Makes the easy catch. And the Baycats strand a runner in the bottom of the first. We played 1, no score here at Athletic Culture Stadium in Springwater.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
The juice is the best way to add zing to your Jersey Mike sub. Real red wine vinegar and olive oil blend. And I like a lot of juice. Pour it on. Go ahead. Go on. I I can take it.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run. Silo Athletics, opening this July in South Barrie off Bryn, a premium indoor training facility for baseball and soccer, offering camps, team sessions, and high-energy birthday parties, built for athletes, teams, and families all year round.
This July.
We go to the top of the second inning. Royals, Baycats, no score here at Athletic Culture Stadium. A warm summer night here on this first Thursday of July. Belated Happy Canada Day to everybody, Baycats fans and Royals fans, and others who are enjoying our broadcast tonight. We're glad to have you along. Both these teams played yesterday, and both these teams lost yesterday, so a big game for both of these clubs here on this Thursday night.
Yeah, it was very different games when you look across, these two teams. Yesterday, a blowout loss in Kitchener for the Royals, and the Baycats an extra innings defeat to London.
Swing and a miss.
And that game in London for the Baycats really went kind of the same way the first game in London went for them, where they were down early, needed a late comeback to tie things up, and they got it. Ended up getting it to extra innings, but London did a great job of battling back in the bottom of the 10th.
Swing and a miss by Davis Nadal. He's behind in the count 1-2. Well, when you're on the wrong end of a blowout loss, you always want to make a statement the next day if you can, if you have a scheduled game. So the Royals definitely looking to do that tonight, similar to what Barrie did against the London Majors, and they got a big win in Kitchener on the road the following day. Sometimes a team on the wrong side of a lopsided score can be a dangerous club to play the next day. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Vasquez. 3 strikeouts in the first. Here's the pitch. Make it 4. All 4 outs. Strikeouts for Saul Vasquez, and his total continues to climb. Came into the game with 38 strikeouts, 8 behind London's Victor Payano for the league lead, and add 4 to that puts him at 42.
And as I mentioned earlier, he hasn't pitched in quite a while, so falling behind on the leaderboard, so to speak.
Showing bunt and pulling it back is Andy Leader. Saul Vasquez in his first year in the CBL, 26 years old. Mexican left-hander has fit very nicely into this Baycats rotation, along with longtime Baycats Juan Benitez and Frank Garces. Newcomer Juan Mejia joining the rotation this year. Swing and a miss on the 2-1.
Well, it's been a lefty-heavy rotation for the Baycats, and it's not something you see very often in this league. Left-handed pitching at that kind of level is very hard to come by, but Josh Matlow has assembled his rotation very well, it seems.
First pitch high, or the 2-1 is high, so it's 3-1 now. How concerned should the Baycats be about Frank Garces? A shaky outing yesterday and struggled against London, obviously, in that game before he was ejected with a foreign substance. And clearly for Frank, he wants to get that behind him quickly and get back to being the pitcher that he has been his whole career.
Well, I think for me, I would be concerned. I saw the All-Star starters come out today, and Frank Garces was on that list. He's going to start the All-Star game, and I was very surprised that he was going to be All-Star starter. It just didn't seem like a Frank season that he's used to.
3-2, fouled off to the right side.
The numbers look decent, but they're not the upper echelon of what we've come to expect from Frank Garces. And some of the outings have been rougher that you expect them from other names, but not Frank Garces.
Well, there's no question he's been an elite pitcher his entire IBL/CBL career. This year, very good, and now two starts that just did not go well for him. And it'll be interesting to see how quickly he can turn things around.
I also think that we see that a lot of his outings, when they do come up, like the odd really rough outing for him, he'll pitch a lot of innings, but he'll give up 5-6 earned runs. A lot of those are against London, and the last 2 outings that he's had have been against London, the one where he's ejected and yesterday. So it might be a little bit of recency that we're talking about this in the sense that those have been rough outings for him.
On the ground, down the line, fair ball. Rounding second as leader, he's into third easily. And that is going to be a double for Matthew Ward. He's in standing up, 2 in scoring position now for the Royals. They're in business in the top of the second inning. So a walk and a double, and here comes the number 9 hitter. Could also be a case where the majors are just getting a good read on Frank. I don't know if they've picked up on something, maybe tipping his pitches or whatever, but
that's what I'm trying to get at here, is I think that they've come in the most prepared of any team to face Garces, and it's been paying off for them.
I did think it was a really good move by Josh Matlow to get Frank back out there against the majors just to try to get one back against them. But it didn't really work out the way they wanted yesterday. First pitch to the number 9 hitter, Ashton Patterson, up high.
And you can see the infield now coming in for Barrie with 1 out, 2 in scoring position, another jam for Vasquez to get out of here.
Only 1 away. The left-hander deals. Called strike. So Vasquez is getting those calls up in the zone, and that one even a little bit just on the edge of the plate. Home plate umpire is Scott Cameron tonight. 1-1 on the way from Vasquez. Fouls it away. So 4 outs, all strikeouts for Vasquez. He's 1 strikeout away from a 5th. Interesting, because this is the kind of pitching that the Baycats have seen from Frank Garces for so many seasons. So the high strikeouts and another left-hander. 1-2. And is high and away. Either or.
And talking about the strikeouts, I think that's been the difference for Garces this year. He hasn't been racking up the Ks like he used to. And while he's still getting, the outs in most of his appearances, they haven't been by way of the K.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Foul back. Patterson just getting a piece to keep the at-bat alive here. Well, we're finally sitting in the shade. We have a partially covered broadcast area here, but the overhang doesn't really help us much when it comes to the sun's angle after about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the summertime. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Most of the field still covered in sunshine. Pitch from Vasquez, hit weakly. Glove by Vasquez. He's thought about going to third, and he has no play. And now they got the runner hung up between second and third. That's Ward. Let's see if the runner comes home. They put the tag on Ward, and leader really had no option there. So they do get the runner.
Yeah, and Patterson moves up to second base there. And, I would have, said that's great base running on Andy Leader's part, but it's also important there for Matthew Ward to be able to pick up on that, because he has to understand and be aware of he can't go anywhere unless Leader moves up.
There was only 1 out. I was kind of surprised we didn't see Leader make a tear for home, try to force a throw to home plate. Probably would have been a dead duck, though, because the ball was in the infield, but you never know. It's a scoring opportunity for sure, especially with a little bit of defensive chaos with the Baycats. Odd that Vasquez would even think about making a play at third. It wasn't a forced situation there. A situation where it would have been much better just to make the easy throw to first and get the sure out there.
Although him looking back, Leader at third took so much time away from that play.
So it's back to the top of the order for Ryan DeSantos.
So that play looks like for Ward, that's a 1-4 put out for him, and it's scored a single for Ashton Patterson.
Pitch is high, 2-0. If you're the Royals, super important to get on the board here. You had a situation with runners at second and third and one out. You certainly don't want to get out of this inning without getting anything. 2-0 pitch, and a breaking ball gets it over the plate for a strike. 2-2.
Yeah,
2-1, excuse me.
Kind of a perfect breaking ball in that scenario for Vasquez. Just needed something to get over that wasn't a fastball. I'm sure Dos Santos was hunting for a fastball, but really nice vertical drop on that breaking ball from Vasquez to keep it over the plate.
Here comes the 2-1. Foul down the line. Back behind the bullpen. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 44 pitches for Vasquez. We're only in the second inning here. He's got the 4 strikeouts. Definitely could use one here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the crowd as Vasquez looks in, rocks into the windup, and here comes the pitch. They appeal at third, he wins! Strike 3. 5 strikeouts for Vasquez out of 6 outs. And the Royals unable to score after having 2 in scoring position with 1 out. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless between Guelph and Barrie.
Join Team BKGC. Inside 17,000 square feet of dedicated gymnastic space, athletes of every age and level come together. Whether you're just starting out or building advanced skills, there's a place for you here. BKGC, building confidence, community, and champions since 1965.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp. See you this summer!
Second inning of play is brought to you by Silo Athletics, a next-level indoor facility for baseball and soccer, featuring training programs, camps, and private events, opening this month.
Clayton Keys, Adam Odd, and Noah Hull will bat for Barrie in the bottom of the second inning as the Baycats look to get on the board. A scoreless tie against the Guelph Royals. Baycats still looking for their first win against Guelph this season. They are 0-2 against the Royals. And first pitch swinging is Clayton Keys, and that'll drop into center field for a base hit. So the first hit for the Baycats, second base runner of the game, and here comes Adam Odd.
Well, I mentioned in our open just how quietly Clayton Keys has been a kickstarter for this Baycats offense, having arguably the best season of his CBL career to this point. And that right there extending his on-base streak to 11 games, and he hasn't played in over a week after that, or nearly a week since that elbow injury after getting hit by a pitch. So it's good to see him having the success right away in his return to the lineup.
Kind of started the season as a fourth outfielder with Noel McGarry Doyle, Kenise Ejo, and Edgar Figueroa in the lineup every day. So not easy to get playing time when you've got those 3 in the outfield, but certainly an important position for Keys. And he goes on the pitch, swing and a miss, and the ball gets away. And down to second is Keys, unless that was fouled off. Yeah, it was fouled off at home plate, my mistake.
I wonder if the hit and run was on there with Adam Odd, having him put, put bat on the ball at all.
Ready 7. Ready 1 for a pick. Ready 3.
1-1 is the count. So Keys back to first. Here's the pitch to Odd, and another foul off at home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Keys did not go on that one.
But again, the hit and run would work for Clayton Keys because we've seen him many times this year go first to third and have some aggressive base running when the ball's in play. So it wouldn't be out of the norm for him to have a hit and run put on when he's on first base. But not seeing a sign here from Andrew White.
Draws a throw. Well, you cannot overstate the importance of a reliable fourth outfielder, if that's what you would call Keys, especially when you get into these games where players need some rest. We talked about the Heat already, and this one over third into left field for a base hit. Adam Odd placed that perfectly. And Odd is in with a double as he didn't break stride. Keys to third, and the Baycats get 2 in scoring position here with nobody out.
Really an ideal start for the Barrie Baycats in this half inning. You saw what the Guelph Royals were able to do with Saul Vasquez. Put a lot of pressure on him with 2 runners in scoring position in the last half inning. And the Baycats are going to be able to see the value in giving Vasquez a lead to work with if Noah Hull can make something happen here.
Adam Odd put that baseball exactly where he wanted it. Right over third, into left field, and did not break stride.
We don't see Adam Odd go the other way that often, too.
Up swinging on the first pitch is Noah Hull, and it's a high foul ball.
Yeah, a lot of Adam Odd's power goes to the pull side out towards right field, right center field. It's to see him put one in that left center field gap it's got to be a big boost of confidence for him.
It's a hallmark of a great hitter, especially when everyone's expecting you to hit where you usually hit. 0-1 to Noah Hull. Hull hits this one high and deep to left center field. Back near the wall and reaching up and making the catch. In left field is DeSantos. The runner's tag, and in to score comes Clayton Keys. It's 1-0 Baycats. Odd to third on the sac fly by Noah Hull.
That ball was maybe a foot or 2 away from being a 3-run home run. And for Noah Hull, you look back to the last time these 2 teams played in Guelph last week. Noah Hull very nearly had a game-tying home run late in that game to the pull side, but was, again, inches away from it being a home run and being tracked down in right center field. And that power alley at Hastings.
This one to right. Andy Leader sees it all the way, makes the catch, and here comes the runner. Adam Odd, nope, he holds up. Forced to throw, and pouncing on that was Matthew Ward. He looks him back. What a great throw by Leader from right.
Andy Leader was extremely prepared for Adam Odd, and I think it was important for that throw to come in about halfway, maybe a third of the way down the line instead of right to home plate. But Adam Odd noticing right away, and almost looked like he bluffed the start to force the throw. But Leader with a great arm keeps another run from coming in.
Andrew White coaching at third, Jeremy Allenbrook at first for the Baycats. Baycats really swinging on these first pitches here from Jacob Cush. That one fouled off by number 9 hitter Brandon Hernandez. We talk about Noah Hull's power. He had 2 home runs in that Kitchener game, that big win that they had following the blowout loss to London here at home a couple of weekends ago. And this one a second, and it'll get through for a base hit. That's an RBI single for Brandon Hernandez. 2-0 Baycats.
Well, Brandon Hernandez, yet his 10-game hit streak ended yesterday in London. That hit will get him back in the hit column going again, starting another streak. And as I mentioned earlier, the importance of having him in that number 9 spot. You know, even with 2 outs here, it gives Kenise Icho a base runner to work with at the top of the order coming back up to the plate.
Swing and a miss by Kenise Icho. So the last 5 Baycats to hit, 5 through 9, have all had productive at-bats. You include the sac fly by Noah Hull, of course. Love to see that production from the bottom of the lineup. 2 outs here. Pitches outside, 1-1. Ejo grounded out to third in his first plate appearance to lead off the bottom of the first inning. Hernandez, the lead, does not go, and it's popped up. Should be playable. Off with the mask is Ward, and he makes the catch, and that'll do it. So the Baycats strand a runner, but they score 2, and it's 2-0 Barrie after 2 here at Athletic Culture Stadium in Springwater.
Mike's is sub above. Is it the premium meats and cheeses sliced on the spot and piled high on their in-store baked bread? Or could it be their hot, freshly grilled subs? How about all of the above? Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from Hern and Barrie Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Join Team BKGC. Inside 17,000 square feet of dedicated gymnastic space, athletes of every age and level come together. Whether you're just starting out or building advanced skills, there's a place for you here. BKGC, building confidence, community, and champions since 1965.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
Top of the third inning. Saul Vasquez back out to work for the Baycats with a lead now, 2-0 Barrie. Anthony Gilbert will lead it off for the Royals.
The Royals, shortstop, number 27, Anthony Gilbert.
Ready to and score, Bog.
So if you're just joining us, Barrie scoring in that bottom half of that second inning. It started with a single by Clayton Keys, a double by Adam Ott, a sac fly by Noah Hull, and an RBI single by Brandon Hernandez.
Yeah, the bottom of the order really putting things together for the Baycats in that last half inning, and important now for Saul Vasquez to be able to work with the lead after getting into a couple jams the first couple frames.
To second, and the easy catch is made by Francisco Hernandez, one away on the soft line drive.
So Ben, I'm not sure if you noticed this, but as that last half inning ended, before the Royals hitters were off or the Baycats hitters were even off the field, Saul Vasquez was already on the mound. And he has a little bit more fire in his step today and trying to get through things quickly because he knows that he very well could become a father today.
To third, off the glove of Ott, stays with it though, picks it up, makes the throw in time for the out. What a play by Adam Ott at third. How about that defense by the Baycats third baseman?
Very good.
Hard hit ball.
Very good on Ott to be able to stick with that on his back foot and a great throw and kind of on the money to Noah Hull, not even a skip into the ground, just a laser beam to first to make the out.
So that's pretty exciting. Playing in a game, never mind pitching in a game, when you know that you're literally hours, maybe minutes away from being a dad.
Yeah.
That's really something.
So, as far as I know, his girlfriend, who's also from Mexico, has been in Canada with him for the last little bit, and was actually due yesterday, as far as I know. And it very well could be today, even during the game, he might have to, step out and head over to the hospital. So I think for him and his perspective is just trying to get through as many innings as he can, as quickly as he can, for the sake of his team and for the sake of, he's probably carrying a lot more stress on him today than he has in any other outing he's pitched.
Definitely some adrenaline. We might even be seeing a little bit of that on the fastball.
Yeah.
I'm sure manager Josh Matlow's message to him was, pitch quickly.
Yeah, and it seems like that's what he's trying to do. He's already at 50 pitches now.
They'd like to get a good number of innings out of him. Swing and a miss. The Royals go 3 up, 3 down in the third. Barrie coming to bat, up by 2. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV Barrie.
I'm Chrissy Fentz from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp.
See you in the dark.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Oh, they're definitely talking about something.
This third inning is brought to you by Render 3D Quick, the #1 architectural 3D rendering company in Canada, working with thousands of builders, developers, architects, and more.
Right fielder, number 13, Edgar Figueroa.
That is the voice of Grayson, our junior Baycat PA announcer, here in this bottom of the third inning. The Baycats faithful giving him a nice round of applause on that announcement of Edgar Figueroa's plate appearance here to lead off the bottom of the third inning. Jacob Cush had his equipment inspection between innings. Got the all clear.
Between innings, fine, but
It'll be interesting to see if any pitchers get multiple inspections during a game. Usually you don't see that, but once you've had your substance check, I mean, if there's no risk of getting checked a second time, why wouldn't you come out there with something after your inspection, right?
Yeah, it seems like, obviously, we've noticed these since the Garces ejection. It's been much more visible and much more present from the league perspective. I know the umpires have had a kind of a mandate for it since that incident. So, the checks are being more regular. Obviously, it's not every inning as far as I've seen. I was in Guelph the other night when these two teams were playing and really watching closely and when these checks were happening. And it seemed like for the starters it was every couple innings, but it was immediate once you got out of the bullpen if you're coming into a game.
And a called strike 3 to Edgar Figueroa. I thought that was in tight. One away here in the third. Yeah, it does seem to be pretty random. Sometimes it's between innings, sometimes it's before coming into the game.
Well, for relievers, because they might as well check them as they come in because they may not pitch again. But for a starter, they'll probably get checked as they come in, like start the game, and then, a couple times they'll be checked on as they come off the field when an inning ends. But again, it's not every inning, so I'm curious how the thought process is there for the umpiring crews.
Yeah, I think you have to at least keep the possibility in the pitcher's mind that he may be inspected more than once. Otherwise, why wouldn't you just go to a substance after your first inspection? Seems like a no-brainer if you're looking for an advantage out there, and clearly some of these guys are. A high pop-up. Should stay in the infield. Calling for it is Gilbert, the shortstop. Easy catch, 2 away.
But I think for a reliever, if you come in and you do multiple innings, right? Let's say you come in, let's say Braden Packle comes in the 8th inning, right? And he pitches the 8th inning, but as he comes in from the bullpen, he'll get checked by the first base umpire right there. And then if he pitches a 2nd inning, he'll probably get checked at the end of that inning as he comes off the field. So maybe there's a few kinks to work out there. I'm not sure of the entire strategy. But definitely is more visible from our perspective, from the fans' perspective as well.
Well, At least they haven't started checking broadcasters for foreign substances. Not that you and I would be in any trouble. 2 balls and no strikes to Ryan Rio. Hits this one high and deep to right field. Back is leader at the wall, looks up, it is gone! Ryan Rio takes a trip around the bases, and the Baycats add to their lead. It's now 3-0 Barrie.
It really feels like the power is coming back into Ryan Rio's bat. A huge RBI double in last night's game. And that one, his second home run of the season, that comes at a big time, extending the Barrie Baycats lead.
Ryan Rio was encouraging fans on social media this week to vote for their favorite Barrie Baycats for the All-Star game and also for the Home Run Derby. And he backed it up with that monster shot to right field. Really nice display of the kind of power that Baycats fans have enjoyed from Ryan Rio over his many years here in Barrie. Foul back to the screen. This is Clayton Keys.
Well, I remember him saying last year that he really wanted to be in the home run derby, but then he had that heart condition mid-season. I think, coming into this year, now fully healthy, that might be on his radar again this year. We'll have to see when the lineup comes out for that.
Would love to see it. Would love to see Canisijo in that derby as well, with his league-leading home run total, or tied for the league lead, I believe now. Yeah, Ijo with 8 home runs, tied with Chatham-Kent's Yu Shinoda. There's another guy you'd want to see in the derby as well,
Absolutely.
I think. And down goes Keys, but Ryan Rio with a solo bomb to right to make it 3-0 Barrie after 3 here at Athletic Culture Stadium.
Silo Athletics, opening this July in South Barrie off Bryn, a premium indoor training facility for baseball and soccer, offering camps, team sessions, and high-energy birthday parties, built for athletes, teams, and families all year round.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
The juice is the best way to add zing to your Jersey Mike sub. Real red wine vinegar and olive oil blend. And I like a lot of juice. Pour it on. Go ahead. Go on. I can take it.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
Top of the 4th inning, it's the Baycats and the Royals, a 3-0 Barrie lead. Future dad Saul Vasquez on the mound to pitch the top of the 4th to face Victor Mascai, Davis Nadal, and Andy Leader of the Guelph Royals.
First baseman number 18, Victor Mascai.
And the first pitch to Mascai. He's taking all the way, 1-0. Vasquez, 5'9", 190. Swing and a miss by Mascai, 1-1. Looking to improve on a 2-0 record. Boy, he'd love to get 5 in tonight with the lead. To first, easy play for Noah Hull. Steps on the bag, 1 away.
Well, I've noticed it already. That's 4 straight outs since the Baycats got in the lead for Vasquez. So it really seems like the lead is, helping his delivery, helping him pitch better, and I'm sure it's a bit of a mental help as well, knowing that he's out in front, because we saw the the first couple innings, the Royals stranded 2, and then that's when Barrie, put the offense on themselves.
So if Saul's baby is born before midnight, can you imagine pitching a win on the same day that your child is born? That would be really special.
Absolutely.
Don't want to force the delivery early or anything like that, but that would make July 2nd a pretty special day.
Exactly.
Called strike, 1-1.
Make sure letting me know, though. Ready, 4.
Ready, 4.
Take 4.
Take 4.
Nadal struck out to lead off the second. 1-1 pitch, just outside. Five strikeouts for Vasquez to bring his team-leading total to 43. 2-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That pitch count was pretty high through the first 2 innings, but then he mowed through the order in the third. And now looking for 2 quick outs here to start the fourth.
It seemed like the last inning was on about 8 pitches.
Fouled off, and Nadal stays alive.
And that was his 8th of this inning already.
So 59 pitches now. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nadal is ready. So is Vasquez. Here's the pitch. Fouled again.
And the thing for Vasquez so far today is, he's allowed 3 hits, but all 3 hits have been, soft contact relatively. A couple bloop singles.
Philly set. Ready, 2. Take 2.
Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. 6th strikeout for Vasquez. 2 down here in the fourth.
Right fielder number 11, Andy Leader.
So Nadal down twice, both swinging. And here's Andy Leader, who got a walk. Closest the Royals came to scoring, they had 2 on with 1 out. Runners at second and third, no less. Couldn't get anybody home.
And he also stranded Gilbert on third in the first inning, so been 90 feet away a couple times.
Pitch to Leader, hit on the ground to second. Backhanded by Hernandez. The throw, it's low, but it's there in time. A 3 up, 3 down fourth. And Vasquez has retired 7 straight. We go to the bottom half of the inning. Barrie on top, 3-0 here at Athletic Culture Stadium in Springwater.
Join Team BKGC. Inside 17,000 square feet of dedicated gymnastic space, athletes of every age and level come together. Whether you're just starting out or building advanced skills, there's a place for you here. BKGC, building confidence, community, and champions since 1965.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp.
See you this summer.
Welcome back. The fourth inning of play is brought to you by Leahona Mortgage Investment Corporation, delivering targeted investment returns of 6 to 8% with a 1-year maturity. Learn more at leahonamic.ca.
Adam on strides to the plate. Noah Hull, Christian Puyol, Genesar to follow. Barrie on top, 3-0 here as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's turned into a pretty comfortable evening here. It is still warm, still muggy, but the field now completely covered in shade, and we're enjoying a nice, warm, comfortable night here at the ballpark. I think at some point, you know, we all get used to these ridiculously hot temperatures, and when it even just drops 3 or 4 degrees, it actually feels quite nice.
Absolutely. I think the only thing we could ask for on these days is a little bit of a breeze, but we're not seeing any of that tonight.
Yeah,
It's been very
flags
calm.
have been very calm on that scoreboard. 1-1 the count to Adam Odd. He doubled and scored in the second inning. Hit on the ground to second. And that'll be an easy play for Miguel Geraldo. 1 out here in the 4th inning. Both these teams will play the Toronto Maple Leafs next. So the Baycats are at Christie Pitts tomorrow night, and the Royals will get Toronto at home on Saturday afternoon. Tomorrow's Friday. I got my days all mixed up this week. It felt weird because yesterday felt like a Saturday or a Sunday. And
yeah, the Canada Day in the middle of the week has messed me up too.
Especially with games on a Wednesday night. Kind of stretches out this weekend, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Also, you look at the Royal schedule this year, they have a lot more Saturday games. I hadn't seen that in previous years. Saw the Baycats there last Saturday night. Usually see the Royals with home games on Tuesdays and Sundays.
And the Baycats will see the Hamilton Cardinals for the first time this season on Saturday afternoon. It's a 4:05 first pitch here at Athletic Culture Stadium. Julius and I will have the broadcast, but should be good. A good matchup against a team playing very well right now. So might be one to come out and see in person.
Yeah, but best start to the season for the Cardinals in quite a long time, and they're also kind of in that upper echelon in the standings right now, holding on to a playoff spot in 5th place.
It is interesting. We talked a little bit about this off air before the broadcast. 2-2 on the ground to first. Muskai on the bag, 2 down. The Baycats have had all kinds of problems with the Royals and the Majors, but have owned the Welland Jackfish with a perfect record against them, and that's the team that beat them last year. So it'll be interesting to see how Barrie matches up against Hamilton, another really good team that is expected to be near the top of the standings.
Yeah. Also, it's odd that you see these two teams face off for the first time. It's the second half of the year.
You always love to have success against the team that knocked you out of the playoffs the year before. And remember one year Toronto knocked Barrie out of the playoffs, and then they win a perfect 6-0 against them the following year. And the Baycats may end up doing that against Welland this year. Who knows? We'll see. But the Royals have owned the Baycats so far. The pair of wins, and the Majors have as well. Nice little at-bat here by Noah Hull. Excuse me, Christian Puyo-Genesar, the catcher. 2 out in the inning. Pitch on the way from Cush. Called strike, 3-1 as Puyo-Genesar was taking all the way on that one. Brandon Hernandez on deck, the number 9 hitter. 3 balls and a strike. Pitch, ball 4. So 1 on, 2 out, and here's the number 9 hitter.
The shortstop, number 11.
Second walk for Jacob Cush in this outing, and you look at the pitch count so far, he's at 54. Looking, roughly just a little bit more efficient than Saul Vasquez, and that comes with, less strikeouts. He only has 3 so far, with Vasquez at 6.
First pitch fastball, and it's outside. Nice take by Brandon Hernandez, 1-0. '27-year-old Jacob Cush. 1-0 pitch fouled off.
Well, and the ever important third time through the order coming up after Hernandez here. So you got to wonder what the strategy is for Dino Ramel going forward if he gets Cush another time through.
Bullpen got a lot of work yesterday, so It'll be interesting to see who Dino Ramel goes to here tonight.
The advantage of not playing tomorrow also helps.
Over third and a left field base hit. 2 on for the Baycats with 2 out, and it's back to the top of the order for Kenise Ejo.
Man, the hitting in the bottom of this order for Brandon Hernandez has been elite this year. He's been able to go the other way with those singles very well. And that's what sets up this top of the order again, just putting base runners on for a guy like Kenise Ejo, who, as we mentioned before, is playing like an MVP kind of season and has been able to cash those opportunities in for Barrie for the most part this year.
When you got a number 9 hitter getting on as often as Brandon Hernandez, he almost becomes the leadoff man in the order, and Ejo the number 2 hitter. And we've seen Ejo's power this season. He's cooled off a little the last few games, but off to a torrid start.
Yeah, he was hitless the last couple of games, but before that, he was on a 13-game hit streak.
Nolan Macabrota, another Baycat who kind of cooled off a little after a torrid start. So getting into these midseason games where, you know, there's always highs and lows throughout the year. You want to stay hot as long as you can, but popped up, and it looks like it's going to be in foul territory down the first base line, and it's just out of play. So it's a 2-1 count to Ejo. Ejo 0 for 2 tonight. Don't want to call it a slump, but maybe just a little bit of a funk that he's in right now. And
yeah, 0 for his last 10. I mean, you could call that a slump, but I mean, obviously it's, you know, these players know when they're in a slump and they take it very seriously. And Ejo just trying to battle and work his way out of it. And you know, a player like him, once he gets out of it, it's going to kind of snowball into more success.
2-1 pitch. Fouled off again. Well, that one will land on the other side of the hedge.
We were talking about it in the break earlier about the home run derby after Ryan Rio's home run, and you know who may or may not represent the Baycats. And you mentioned with Kenise Ejo leading the league in home runs, or at least tied for the league lead right now, if he could be the representative.
Certainly a possibility. 2-1 pitch on the way. Called strike. That was strike 3. We had 2-1 on the scoreboard. That was the 3rd strike. So Ejo down, and that will end the inning. Baycats strand 2. Julius on the mic to call innings 5 and 6 when we return. It's 3-0 Baycats here at Athletic Culture Stadium.
Silo Athletics, opening this July in South Barrie off Bryn, a premium indoor training facility for baseball and soccer, offering camps, team sessions, and high-energy birthday parties, built for athletes, teams, and families all year round.
Mike's is sub above. Is it the premium meats and cheeses sliced on the spot and piled high on their in-store baked bread? Or could it be their hot, freshly grilled subs? How about all of the above? Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie, a fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
Welcome back to Athletic Culture Stadium with Ben Davy. I'm Julius Hern. 5th inning of work now for Saul Vasquez on the mound for the Baycats with a 3-0 lead over the visiting Guelph Royals. It'll be Matthew Ward, Ashton Patterson, and back to the top of the order with Ryan Dos Santos to begin the top of the 5th. It's been a strikeout-filled outing as usual here for Saul Vasquez. 6 Ks so far through the first 4 innings as the first pitch is inside to Ward. The 1-0 fouled into the ground. It's 1-1. If you're just joining us, the Baycats putting up 2 in the second inning on a sac fly by Noah Hall, then an RBI single by Brandon Hernandez. Then the inning after, a solo home run by Ryan Rio, his second of the season. And the Baycats have maintained that 3-0 lead since. And Saul Vasquez has basked in that lead, pitching much better since the first couple innings before the Baycats were able to get on the board. Vasquez has retired the last 7 batters he's faced. That includes 3 of his 6 strikeouts. As there's a called strike there, it's 2-2. Really nice crowd. First Thursday since the last day of school as time is called. It looks like a ball from the spectators got onto the field. Two. Swing and a miss. Ward goes down on strikes. Strikeout number 7 for Saul Vasquez, 1 down. Brings up Ashton Patterson, who singled and was stranded at second base back in the second. And that inning was the closest the Royals had gotten to getting on the board, stranding 2 in scoring position in that frame. First pitch to Patterson. There's a fly ball on the left side. This could stay in play. On the run is Clayton Keys, but he'll watch it sail near the Royals bullpen out of play. And it looks like Kyle Thomas is starting to get moving in that Royals bullpen. Not throwing just yet, but he could be the next man up after Jacob Cush. No action thus far in the Baycats bullpen. And you got to imagine, Ben, with Saul Vasquez, he could be out of this game at any moment, considering he may be a new dad today. Maybe having a guy warming up soon, as that one's hit the second base. Francisco Hernandez, the throw, and it's picked by Noah Hall to complete the out. A great play by Hall to keep that play alive for Hernandez and pick up the second out.
Well, I was about to say what a play by Hernandez, but an even nicer pick by Noah Hall on the backhand to snag that one. He has not played a lot of first base this year, as Nolan Macabrota, of course, has the night off, and Hall looked like he'd been playing there all season. To your point about the bullpen, you're right. It wouldn't surprise me at all to see someone stretching or throwing down there at any time.
Just to have somebody ready at any given moment, as first pitch is a called strike to Ryan Dos Santos as we're back to the top of the order for Guelph.
Certainly manager Josh Matlow would love to give Saul the full 5 innings minimum here tonight, give him a chance to get a win on the same day as the birth of his child, potentially. So
he's 1 out away. 1 out away from doing so.
Puts a little pressure on the bullpen then, doesn't it?
Well, it's a very different situation than when Frank Garces was ejected in the first inning, because at that point you don't know. But at least in this sense, like you know that it very well could happen. As Dos Santos lifts that one out toward left field, Clayton Keys on the run into foul territory, and he can't quite make the grab. It falls foul, just inches away from being snagged by Keys. That would have been a very tough play, as it just slices into foul territory.
That was a high-octane run by left fielder Clayton Keys to get to that ball and make it interesting. Pretty tough running catch to make. We've seen him make catches very similar to that in the past.
So a new life here for Ryan Dos Santos in the 1-2 count. He has struck out both times he's faced Vasquez today. Vasquez has retired the last 9 batters he's faced. Looking for number 10. The 1-2. Lefty deals. Up high on Dos Santos.
Same thing. Strikeout, 4 pitcher, 3 batter. I had the initially going to go to 3 till 4 gets set. And I have like a clear sleeve attached to my
Another 2-2 from Vasquez to Dos Santos. The check, does he go? They appeal down to third, and no swing, says Don Michelle, the third base umpire. And as Dos Santos does so well, he works the count full after going down.
Really nice patience by Dos Santos. As you've mentioned, he's known for this around the league. These kinds of at-bats.
And the fans are behind Vasquez once again. The 3-2, and it hits him. Just off the elbow guard, it looked like, of Dos Santos on the right, on his right elbow, and just as good as a walk for him. It's a hit batter for Vasquez and a 2-out base runner for Guelph.
Well, I love walking around the ballpark between innings because I almost always pick up some interesting information that I can use on the broadcast, and I picked up a couple of things here that I think our fans and viewers would be interested in knowing. First of all, yesterday was a birthday for our producer, Brian Backland, who sits behind us every single game here and got to celebrate yesterday, I hope. I hope he got to celebrate. So happy birthday, Brian.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
It's pretty nice to get a fireworks show on your birthday every year. I guess.
Better believe it.
A lot prettier than the candles on his cake.
Well, I also know Brian's a veteran, so I'm sure it means that much more to him to have his birthday on Canada Day.
Very true. Didn't even think about that, but you're right. Loves this country and gets to celebrate two things on one day every year. So happy birthday, Brian. Brian puts up with an awful lot from us over the course of a season and does so with professionalism and patience.
A lot of patience. Patience is so key here.
Does a great job. We would not have these broadcasts without him.
What was the second thing?
I forgot.
Oh, boy.
It'll come to me for the next inning.
We'll have to wait till next inning.
There's 2 outs in the inning. I'll save it for next inning.
Right.
It'll come back to me.
It's a 1-1 count here on Anthony Gilbert. Dos Santos in the lead at first. Doesn't go. Gilbert fouls it off out of play.
It was Lisa, Brian's sister, who mentioned to me that it's Brian's birthday. So I appreciated her pointing that out. But I wasn't quite 100% on it because I said, Lisa, you got my birthday wrong a couple weeks ago. She started telling everyone it was my birthday, and I'm like, you couldn't be farther from the date on the calendar. My birthday's in February. A couple people came up to me and said, happy birthday. I'm like, who did you hear that from? I said, Lisa. I said, well, Lisa's confused.
That's funny.
But she knows her own brother's birthday, of course. Just got mine wrong. Oh, the other thing, I thought of it. I'll save it for the next half.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, stay tuned.
But I better write it down. I'm writing it down right now.
Well, folks, stay tuned to the next half inning.
That's called a tease.
Yeah. As of right now, it's a 2-2 count on Anthony Gilbert. Ryan Dos Santos is the runner at first. Vasquez looking to get out of the 5th inning. The pitch here is just outside. Scott Cameron, the home plate umpire, with the call, and a very, very close take there from Gilbert.
Yeah, if he puts the next one right there, I think Vasquez gets that call. It's been a generous strike zone for the pitchers by Scott Cameron so far tonight. That one certainly didn't look like it missed by much. Could have gone either way for sure.
So another full count here for Vasquez to try and work through. Dos Santos worked the count full his last at bat. He'll be off on the pitch. Vasquez deals on the ground, left side, tough play for Odd. The throw into first, the stretch from Hall, it's in time. And Vasquez gets out of the 5th inning unscathed, and the Baycats will take a 3-0 lead into the bottom of the 5th here at Athletic Culture Stadium.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Ben Davy and Julius Hern at Athletic Culture Stadium, Springwater Township. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's brought to you by One-Eyed Jack Barrie. Bring your same-day Baycats tickets before or after a game and get 10% off your bill.
A 3-run lead for the Barrie Baycats as we head into the second half of this contest. Against the Guelph Royals, it'll be Edgar Figueroa to start things off, then Francisco Hernandez and Ryan Rio 2 through 4. In the Baycats order against Jacob Cush. His first pitch is taken for a ball by Figueroa.
So I went downstairs and I congratulated our anthem singer tonight, Tammy Bedford, on a nice job with our national anthem tonight. And I was asking her if she knew what the Baycats record was when she has sung the national anthem. And she confirmed for me that the Baycats are a perfect 3-0 when she has sung the national anthem here. So it would be 4-0 if they can hold this lead here tonight.
And that's her second time this year. So
yep, she 1-0 this season, and she did 2 last year or previous year. So this was her 4th time singing the anthem. And the Baycats apparently absolutely love her rendition of O Canada. So,
awesome.
You know, imagine 4-0. I mean, you'd have to be thinking they'd be giving her all of the playoff games. If this little trend continues.
Figueroa shows bunt, and it's fouled away. Trying to surprise the Royals infield with a bunt, and you see Davis Nadal at third base was pretty far back on the dirt. Two-two here. Cush to Figueroa, swing and a miss. Figueroa struck out for the 3rd time by Jacob Cush tonight.
Well, Figueroa had a very frustrating game here against London. I know it was a couple of weeks ago. Followed that up with a much better performance after that, but now 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Wearing the collar again here tonight.
Figueroa, he entered this game a 7-game hit streak, hitting .347 in that span. But that streak in jeopardy tonight as Francisco Hernandez steps in. He's walked and popped out as he takes that one just low for ball 2.
Reliable middle relief man. It seems like we see him anytime the Royals come here to play in Barrie. He's usually coming in out of the bullpen at some point. Cush's pitch count now at 72.
Well, I mentioned earlier today it's about the Royals trying to get into the back end of this bullpen, but the key to that is having a lead. And against Saul Vasquez, they hadn't had much luck, and they're down 3-0 here, and part of that is due to this man, Ryan Rio, who homered his last at-bat as he fouls it off with Hernandez on the move.
Francisco Hernandez had a huge secondary lead, and he basically was off with a pitch, but he went halfway and put the brakes on.
Well, I noticed a lot with Francisco Hernandez, a lot of those stolen bases, he has 12 this year, a lot of those stolen bases are kind of on that delayed steal move that he's been working on and has used very effectively.
And a nice job by Rio to make contact just to protect the runner, make sure Hernandez didn't get hung up.
And Rio flew out to left his first time and then extended Barrie's lead with a home run as the throw over and a dive back in for Hernandez. Runner goes, the throw down from Ward is not in time. A dive in safe for Francisco Hernandez. That's stolen base number 13 on his season.
Yeah, it was a bit of a high throw from Ward. Nice job by Gilbert to reach up and grab it, but no chance to tag the speedy Hernandez by the time he was able to come down with the throw and apply the tag.
And that was looked like maybe a little bit of a pitch out from Jacob Cush there. It was a bit of a higher pitch. Allowed Ward to get into his throw down very easily. Rio fouls that one away. It's 2-2.
You don't usually see a lot of the traditional pitch outs that you used to see in baseball many years ago where the pitch would just be way, way outside. But that was sort of a semi-pitch out, as you mentioned, where the ball was off the plate enough and high enough that Ward could get himself in position to make a quick catch and throw.
2-2. On the ground, off the glove of Kush. Hernandez over to third. And it's going to be an easy toss over to first to retire Rio for out number 2.
Well, somewhat of a productive out as it moves the runner up, but now with 2 outs. Clayton Keys with an RBI opportunity here to try to bring in that runner from third. Could be an important runner and an important run for the Baycats, leading by 3 here.
And a lucky snag there from Kush just to knock that ball down. That would have otherwise been a base hit right up the middle.
He did a nice job, too, just not getting distracted by the runner and trying to make a play there. He knew he had the easy out at first and just took his time and made the easy toss over.
Keys sees that one up and in and spins away. And arguably, you could say if that ball got through, that would have been the extra run. Hernandez likely scores on that if it gets through to center field.
Absolutely.
The 1-0 from Kush. Again, that one hits Keys. No doubt about that one, as Keys will reach again and puts runners on the corners with 2 down.
Well, the first one was intentional, the inside pitch to brush Keys off the plate. Clearly that was a purpose pitch. That second one, though, was definitely not what Kush wanted to do.
Well, and here's
hot hitting Adam Ott at the plate now with 2 on.
Well, here's Dino Ramel making his way out to the mound, and it looks like that could be it for Jacob Kush. Kyle Thomas still throwing. We'll have to see what comes of this mound visit. First of the game for the Royals as the entire infield gathers around Jacob Kush.
Well, it was a very slow walk by Ramel to give Thomas maybe a few extra pitches here before he makes up his mind, and the umpire's letting him take his time here, getting a message across. Looks like he might be thinking about leaving him in.
It's a long discussion. I got to imagine with runners in the corners here, there's definitely some strategy to whatever they're trying to work on. A lot of talking there from Anthony Gilbert, the shortstop. And it looks like Jacob Kush will have a little bit longer of a leash to stay in this game.
Home plate umpire Scott Cameron gave Dino Ramel every possible moment he wanted. Kush will stay in the game here to face Adam Ott.
Yeah, Kush trying to get out of this 5th inning unscathed. He's allowed base runners in every frame so far. So Hernandez at third, he reached via a walk. Keys hit by a pitch, he's on first. Now Adam Ott trying to extend this inning for Barrie with 2 out. Swings with the first pitch and fouls it away.
No surprise, Adam Ott swinging at the first pitch. Seems to be the case. I'm sure the book is out on that.
And a bit of a more reserved swing instead of that home run cut on the first pitch for Ott. The 0-1. There's a fly ball into center field. It's going to be a tough play for Patterson on the run. He dives, and he makes the catch. A run-saving grab from Ashton Patterson. What a play to keep Guelph in this one and keep Barrie scoreless in the 5th inning. We head to the 6th, still 3-0 for the Baycats.
Silo Athletics, opening this July in South Barrie off Bryn, a premium indoor training facility for baseball and soccer, offering camps, team sessions, and high-energy birthday parties, built for athletes, teams, and families all year round.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
The juice is the best way to add zing to your Jersey Mike sub. Real red wine vinegar and olive oil blend. And I like a lot of juice. Pour it on. Go ahead. Go on. I can take it.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
Welcome back to Athletic Culture Stadium with Ben Davy. I'm Julius Hern. It's the top of the 6th inning. The Baycats leading by a score of 3-0 over the Guelph Royals, and it could have been more had it not been for a incredible diving catch in center field by Ashton Patterson to end the 5th inning.
Frustrating night for the Royals, just trying to get on the board here, and they'll take another crack at Baycat left-handed starter Saul Vasquez.
82 pitches coming into this inning for Vasquez. His first pitch is a called strike to Miguel Geraldo, who'll be followed up by Garrett Takamatsu and Victor Mascai. Still nobody throwing, it looks like, for Barrie, so wonder how long Vasquez can go into this game. Baycats play tomorrow and Saturday, so likely not in the cards for him to appear in either of those games. It's allowed just 3 hits. Mascai's grounded out his first 2 times. 1-1. He flares that one out into right field, shallowly hit, but it's right at Edgar Figueroa for out number 1.
Well, this is the only game on the schedule tonight, so we welcome fans and viewers of other teams who might be checking out this broadcast this evening from Athletic Culture Stadium, but 8 of 9 teams are in action tomorrow. Brantford is in Kitchener, Chatham-Kent is in London, Baycats, as mentioned, in Toronto, and Welland is in Hamilton. Baycats will get the Cardinals here on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, so the Royals, the only team not playing tomorrow, and you got to imagine that off day plays into a little bit of advantageous, scheduling when it comes to pitching for manager Dino Ramel. A big game on Saturday. First pitch to Takamatsu is a called strike.
Sure, we'll see some Baycats fans at Christie Pitts tomorrow night. Always a fun road game for the Barrie faithful who like to travel with this team and watch them play on the road.
Popped up, and it's going to slice foul well out of play. Just like that, it's an 0-2 count on the one-time MVP, Garrett Takamatsu. There's a shot into left center field. That one's going to get down for a base hit. Second hit of the game for Takamatsu.
First baseman number 18, Victor Mascai.
It's another base runner here for the Royals. They got a hit by pitch from DeSantos to keep the inning going in the 5th. But other than that, they have not had a runner in scoring position since the 2nd. So double play in order here for Vasquez, facing Mascai for the 3rd time. That's fouled away. Vasquez made a really nice play on Mascai in the 1st to end the frame on a ground out. And it was a tough play with Vasquez falling away from the ball. As that breaking ball in the dirt. Nice block from Puyol Genesar.
Mentioned the Baycats playing at Christie Pitts tomorrow night, and I saw a post from our friend Nolan Revin, who's the head coach of the Thornhill Reds, who play the annual preseason game here every year. And Nolan was mentioning that on Sunday the Leafs hosted their annual Field of Dreams game. That sounds pretty cool.
Oh,
never heard of that before, but that's something that I definitely want to check out now. 1 year. And he mentioned that his dad and his close lifelong friend were invited back and recognized as members of the first Toronto Maple Leaf team in the Inter-County Baseball League in 1969.
Wow.
So that's very cool. His dad played 4 seasons there. So a nice father-son connection, and it's always special when those players return, especially from generations gone by. That must have been a very special day.
I'm excited for the day when we start to see the Inter-County Baseball League stats kind of come into the CBL website. I know that's a kind of a work in progress, and there's a lot to go through. But once we start seeing, the last 20, 30 years or so, kind of finally be uploaded that fans can kind of look through, it's going to be fun to take a deep dive into a bit more of the history and get to know some of the other players that haven't been able to be searchable on the web. 3-1, a big swing and a miss from Maskai, and it's a full count.
So apparently some of these players who were a part of that inaugural team in 1969 did the walk in from the corn. There's no corn in center field in Christie Pitts, but I guess they walked in from the outfield. They had a big smoke show and everything like that, and they came in and threw out the first pitch. So that's very cool.
Fouled away, and that was very cool because I remember, you always think back to the MLB Field of Dreams game and the first one with the Yankees and White Sox, how well executed that was. And
have you ever been down there to Dyersville, Iowa?
No, I've actually never been to the U.S.
100%. Wow. Well, that definitely needs to be a bucket list experience of yours. I guarantee you would love every minute of it.
Just fouled off by Maskai, stays alive.
Fun fact, our public address announcer, Rob Daniels, used to work at Field of Dreams.
Wow. Did not know that.
Yeah, I think he was doing like tours and stuff like that, so I think he was playing college ball in Iowa or something like that and actually got himself a job there. Talk about cool.
Wow. 3-2 pitch, up and away, and it's a walk to Maskai, and just like that, the Royals are threatening with 2 on here in the 6th.
So I went with my kids. We were in Chicago watching a couple of games, and I just GPSed it, and it just looked too close to pass up that road trip to Iowa. So we just kept driving west and spent a whole day out there, brought our gloves, and got to play on the field with my son and daughter and just throwing the ball around on the actual Field of Dreams movie set. Can't even begin to tell you the goosebumps. Just incredibly special.
I was going to mound visit here from Andrew White, and I know some former big leaguers like Frank Thomas and a couple other bigger names are investors in that property, and they're trying to build up a lot more infrastructure on that. So it's kind of cool to see where that's going to go in the future.
Yeah, the year we went, so we went and played a game on the actual movie set, but the field that the MLB games have been played on was just under construction. They were just kind of leveling the ground and stuff. So there's actually 2 fields. There's the movie set, and then there's the field that you see the game on.
Yeah. It's just like a maybe a few hundred feet away.
Yeah.
So 2 on here. It's Davis Nadal up for Guelph with 1 out. He swings and misses at the first pitch.
Big test for Saul Vasquez here to try to keep this 3-0 lead intact. He'd love to hand a goose egg over to the bullpen here tonight on this special evening for him.
It looks like Brady Encarnacion is warming up for Barrie. The 0-1 to Nadal, and it's called strike. It's quickly 0-2 to Nadal, who struck out both times he's faced Vasquez in this game.
Brady Encarnacion has kind of solidified himself as a 2-inning guy, no more. And that might be the thinking of giving Saul Vasquez 6 innings here tonight, give Brady 2, and then Carlos Sano to finish it off in the 9th.
Sano pitched yesterday, got the loss in extra innings against the majors. Two on, 1 out. The 0-2 from Vasquez. Swing and a miss. Nadal goes down again, and a big second out for Saul Vasquez.
Right fielder number 11, Andy Leader.
Well, it's the 2nd inning in this game that the Royals have had 2 on with 1 out. And they had runners at 2nd and 3rd in the 2nd. Came close to scoring, but were unable to push that run across. Had someone runner get hung up in a rundown and then a strikeout to end the inning. And
that one fouled off by Andy Leader, number 7 hitter in this Royals lineup. That was the 8th strikeout of the game for Vasquez. And that was his first pitch to Leader was pitch number 100.
So that ties him with London's Victor Payano for the league lead for now. London not playing tonight, so.
Yeah, and Payano having just pitched yesterday. The 0-1 is in the dirt.
So this next strikeout would put Vasquez back on top if he can get it here. ...46 strikeouts.
1-1 here on Andy Leader. It's Takamatsu at second. And a check swing. They peel down to first, no swing, says Adam DeCare. And it's also Victor Mascai, he's the runner at first. Leader walked and grounded out earlier today.
Veteran hitter. Really seems to be guessing, though, in this at-bat against Vasquez.
Homered in his last game here at this park as he flares that one out of play. Well, the Royals beat the Baycats 7-2 the last time they played at this ballpark. It was kind of the home runs for Guelph that were their key to getting runs on the board. Andy Leader with one, Matthew Ward with one.
We'll see if Vasquez comes right back with a fastball here and tries to finish this one off with a K.
The fans are behind him. Here's the 2-2. There's a drive out to left field. It's going to hang up for Clayton Keys, who can't quite get it. It's behind him off the wall. Takamatsu scores, and being held up at third is Mascai. The throw on the second is not in time, and a big round around second by Andy Leader, but he drives one in, and the Royals are on the board.
So Andy Leader with a double, and then he got caught a little too far off second. I don't know if that was intentional to try to force that throw down from Christian Puyol-Genesar. He threw a strike, and Leader got back safely. But with that runner at third, I think Leader was trying to see if he could maybe force an error and try to get that runner in from third.
Well, Clayton Keys, he ran that ball down really well and just couldn't quite get there. It was over his head just a little bit, and he got that ball into the infield again quickly enough to keep the runner Mascai at third as the first pitch to Ward is inside. So Barrie holding it to just a one-run double. Ward has walked and struck, or singled and struck out as he fouls that one back.
Just the fifth hit of the game for the Royals.
1-1, 2 out. There's the pitch to Ward. He fouls it away. It's going to get out of the stadium.
This is a big at bat for Ward. He could tie this game with a swing of the bat if he can put one in play.
One, two out. Here's the pitch from Vasquez. On the ground, up the middle, it's a base hit. Here comes Mascai to score. Leader coming around. Here's the throw. It's high off the glove of Puyol-Genesar. Very lucky that ball didn't get further away. Ward into second, and this game is tied.
Well, a very unfortunate outcome to this inning for Saul Vasquez, who had pitched so well tonight and was a strike away from getting the Baycats off the field unscathed. With a double by Leader, and now Ward driving in two, and it is a brand new ball game, 3-3.
I think that's going to be a single given to Ward, and then advancing on the throw from Canisijo, who gave it all he had from center field to cut down that run, but doesn't get him anywhere. First pitch to Patterson's breaking ball in for a strike. Leader and Ward driving in all three runs with 2 outs. That one again in for a strike. Quickly 0-2 here on Patterson.
So Vasquez now with 109 pitches, and I'm not sure what his season high is, but he's got to be getting close to it.
Looking for strikeout number 9 to finish his outing. Pitch from Vasquez on the ground, diving stab by Hernandez. Here's the throw, it's in time, and that one likely saved a run to get Vasquez out of this inning. But the Royals put 3 on the board to tie things up. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-3, Guelph and Barrie.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fentz from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Join Team BKGC. Inside 17,000 square feet of dedicated gymnastic space, athletes of every age and level come together. Whether you're just starting out or building advanced skills, there's a place for you here. BKGC, building confidence, community, and champions since 1965.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
Bottom of the sixth inning here at Athletic Culture Stadium, brought to you by Pure and Simple, the better breakfast brand. Located at 521 Bayfield Street, just minutes from the stadium.
With Ben Davy, I'm Julius Hern, and after a 5-inning outing from Jacob Cush and now into a tie ball game, Kyle Thomas takes the mound for Guelph.
31-year-old right-hander in his fourth season in this league, all of them with the Guelph Royals. Comes on to make his sixth appearance of this season.
Yeah, usually wearing number 29, but wearing number 32 today. It used to be the number of former Baycat Christian Lazar, who was released last week.
I don't know how you remember the numbers of road players. We know all the Baycats after a few games, but that's the one thing I really struggle with, is remembering these guys' jersey numbers.
Noah Hall's the first to face Thomas as he checks his swing and it goes through. And he's down 0-2.
So Thomas with 8 2/3 innings of work, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a really nice 3.12 ERA. Still looking for his first decision of the season. All 5 appearances have been in relief.
0-2, swing and a miss from Hall, and Ward with a throw down to complete the strikeout for out number 1.
Another player who hasn't pitched in a week. His last outing was June 23rd against Brantford. 2 innings of relief. And pitched 2 shutout innings with 3 strikeouts and 2 walks. That was a 5-4 win over the Brantford Red Sox. 10-inning win for the Royals that day.
This is 20th game in the CBL across his 4 years in the league. As Puyol Genesar steps in, the first pitch is up and in.
Pitched against the Baycats on June 7th when the Royals were here. 2 2/3 that night. 7-2 Guelph win.
1-0. Just misses the plate. Six hits for the Royals, just 5 now for Barrie, who, after seeing themselves up 3-0, are back into a tie game. 2-0, up and in again on Puyol Genesar.
So the Royals with a 7-2 loss, or a 7-2 win, as we mentioned, the Baycats losing that game, and Baycats losing 3-2 on Saturday in Guelph.
3-0 to Puyallup Genesar. It's in, and a 4-pitch walk gives the Baycats their first base runner of the 6th.
And it turns it over to the number 9 hitter, who is kind of a de facto leadoff man for the Baycats, Brandon Hernandez. You look at how much he's been getting on base. And a key at bat for him here with a runner on and 1 out in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, came into this game on a 10-game hit streak. He's 2 for 2 entering this plate appearance here. His first time facing Thomas. Puyallup Genesar at first. Pitch to Hernandez is a called strike. Yeah, Hernandez came into this game hitting .319 through his first 18 games. Long look in from Thomas. Here's the 0-1. It's fouled away on the left side, by Hernandez. Hernandez was 2 for 4 the last time the Royals were here. Here's the 0-2. It's up and away.
So important for the Baycats to string some hits together here, try to get the lead back. The team's on a 3-game losing streak. You've blown a 3-0 lead already tonight. This is a big half inning for Barrie to try to respond to that 3-run Guelph top half of the inning.
Pitch from Thomas. It's fouled away by Hernandez, just getting a piece to stay alive. And
I think he kind of had second thoughts on offering at that pitch, but by the time he committed, it was too late.
Kenise Ejo standing on deck. It would be the 4th time through the order. Thomas comes set. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Gets Hernandez for a big second out, and here comes Ejo.
Well, clearly Thomas is not saving anything or holding anything back. 2 strikeouts to go along with a walk. Really dialed up that fastball on that 1-2 pitch to Hernandez.
Yeah, it looks like Glavin Pineda is throwing in the Royals bullpen, so he could be next up. Meanwhile, Brady Encarnacion still throwing a little bit in Barrie's bullpen, and you got to imagine he's coming out for the 7th. First pitch to Ejo is inside. Another long look in from Thomas. Righty deals is called a strike. Ejo is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in this one so far.
Thomas really slowing things down out there on the mound, taking his time with that long look in that you mentioned. Taking advantage of the fact that there's no pitch clock in this league yet.
(1-1) to Ejo. It's inside. It gets away from. Well, it didn't get away from Ward. Looked like something came off of Ejo's equipment or Ward's equipment. Nonetheless, Puyallup Genesar into second base.
I thought that was the baseball too, but it was a piece of Ward's equipment, I guess. I'm not sure what that was. Is it a piece of paper?
I'm not sure. It could have been some catchers wear the scouting report in like a wristband. So that very well could be the case.
I think it was his wristband. But you're right, I thought that was the baseball as well. That's immediately where my eyes went.
Nonetheless, it's a steal for Christian Puyallup Genesar and runner in scoring position for Ejo, who's facing Thomas in a 2-1. That one popped up. It could be playable. It's slicing into foul territory. Tough play from Sky, and it's going to drop foul and bounce out of play.
Another 2 or 3 steps, and Maskai would have been in position to make that catch, and what a grab that would have been.
I believe that's the first stolen base of the year for Puyallup Genesar, taking advantage of a little bit of confusion, I guess, on Matthew Ward's part. the go-ahead run at second base for Kenise Ejo. Time for the league lead in home runs. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Kyle Thomas comes in, strikes out the side, and keeps this game tied as we go to the back third of this ball game. Ben Davy back on the mic to call this one for you with a 3-3 tie between Guelph and Barrie head to the 7th.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. Place, the latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
What makes Jersey Mike's a sub above? Is it the premium meats and cheeses, sliced on the spot and piled high on their in-store baked bread? Or could it be their hot, freshly grilled subs? How about all of the above? Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp.
See you in the dark.
Top of the 7th inning at Athletic Kulture Stadium. It is a brand new ball game and a clean slate for both of these teams, with the Royals drawing even with the Baycats. 3-run top of the 6th to make this a 3-3 tie as we head to the back third.
Yeah, coming in for the Baycats on the mound after a 6-inning outing by Saul Vasquez, it's Brady Encarnacion, second consecutive outing against the Royals this year. He pitched a scoreless inning, facing only 3 batters last Saturday. But on the year, it's been very impressive coming out of the bullpen. Really that, multiple inning arm as a right-hander out of the pen. A 4.2 ERA through 9 appearances, 15 innings this year. He's struck out 15, but the walks have been kind of catching up to him. He's got 12 walks through those 15 innings this year.
And a great outing for Saul Vasquez. 5 very strong innings despite things kind of unraveling in the 6th, where the Royals really started to barrel up and make some good contact off of him. But Vasquez pitched about as well as you could ask through 5 innings tonight on an evening that could see the birth of his first child. Could be later tonight, could be tomorrow, but definitely a special night for him. So we go to the top of the 7th, and it's Ryan DeSantos. It's back to the top of the inning, top of the order here against Encarnacion. The 0-1 pitch is high and away.
So the final line on Vasquez. He pitches 6 innings. He allows 5 hits and 2 walks, 3 earned runs. And all 3 of those runs coming in the 6th inning. But he struck out 8 in that process.
Pitch count exceeded well over 100. I didn't see the final number, but probably in the 110s.
Yeah, definitely around that 110 mark for sure.
2 balls and a strike to DeSantos here. Encarnacion deals. Swing and a miss. A hard fastball. 2-2. DeSantos, Gilbert, and Geraldo. No easy outs in this top third of the order for the Royals.
We got to imagine for that middle part of the order, at least top part of the order that was struggling throughout this game against Vasquez, to see a different arm out there is a bit of a refreshing sight.
3 pretty good hitters. And they went a combined 1 for 8 off of Vasquez. Gilbert with a single and DeSantos hit by a pitch. Only 2 base runners out of those top third. So 1 on for the Royals here.
That's exactly the start you want if you're the Royals. And Ryan DeSantos, the guy to kind of get things going with a walk there and something he's done countless times in his career in this league.
If that isn't a Ryan DeSantos kind of night, I don't know what is. A walk, hit by a pitch, and 2 strikeouts. The only thing missing is a run scored.
I was just about to say that.
So DeSantos takes the lead. Swing and a miss by Gilbert. Fastball by Encarnacion has a little extra zip on it tonight, I think. 3-3 tie. Baycats 2 in the second, 1 in the third. The Royals finally broke loose in the 6th with a 3-run top half of the inning. Barrie could not respond. Runner goes, swing and a miss, and it squirts out of the hand of Puyol Genesar. No throw.
6th stolen base for DeSantos this year, and you kind of had to expect that was coming. Not really going to see Gilbert bunt the way he's been hitting. But with DeSantos being that prototypical leadoff man, a walk and a stolen base is definitely in the cards here.
So now the Royals looking for their first lead of the game with a runner in scoring position. Gilbert will try to put one in play here, down the line, and it's foul. He may need a new bat. Nope, looks like it's okay.
I remember seeing Gilbert last Saturday against this Baycats team, and the way he was able to get things going, like he was seeing the ball before it almost got out of the pitcher's hands in some cases. There was one hit where he was already loaded and ready to go, and he blasted a single on the first pitch.
Power versus power here, and it's off speed by Encarnacion, and Gilbert doesn't chase. 1-2. The runner at second is Ryan DeSantos. 3-3 tie. Royals looking for the lead. We're in the 7th. 1-2 from Encarnacion. And another off-speed pitch, and it's high in the zone, 2-2. Gotta love the speed variance from Encarnacion with that off-speed pitch in contrast to his fastball. Let's see what he goes to here. 2-2 on the way. It's up high and in, and now a full count to Anthony Gilbert.
It's also just seeing the ball from a different side, right? Vasquez, as a left-hander, being so dominant with a quality start in this game, and now Brady Encarnacion trying to come in and match that. But just needs a key first out here.
3-2 coming up. Ball 4. Encarnacion just let that at bat get away from him. After getting ahead in the count 0-2, he loses Anthony Gilbert, and now 2 on for the Royals for the dangerous Miguel Geraldo.
Second baseman number 15, Miguel Geraldo.
And then we can see a mound visit here from Andrew White, and very well warranted here after back-to-back walks to start the outing for Encarnacion. Also seeing on the other side, Miguel Geraldo getting a little bit of a talk from Dino Ramel and Edgar Garcia translating.
That's an interesting conversation over at the on-deck circle. Would love to know what's being said there, what kind of information or instruction is being passed along.
I got to imagine, a bunt could very well be in play here as we see Braden Pacolo warming up for Barrie. A bunt from Geraldo might be expected here for the Baycats. We'll see how they position their infield in this plate appearance.
You got some pretty good bats coming up behind Geraldo, so still nobody out. If you can get those 2 runners into scoring position, this could turn into a big inning for the Royals in a hurry. Garrett Takamatsu on deck, Victor Mascai to follow. And if you're Brady Encarnacion, you got to do a better job finishing off those plate appearances when you're 0-2. You got that 0-2 count. You can take any approach you want, and threw 4 straight balls to Anthony Gilbert.
So Noah Hall in considerably now at first base. Adam on at third, level with the bag.
First pitch is outside. They wanted the call, didn't get it.
That's a big call in the favor of Guelph, especially with Geraldo not even showing bunt there.
The force play in effect at all 3 bases. So if it is bunted, the infielders will have options. Fouled off right side.
So Noah Hull at first base. He's backed off slightly, still in on the infield turf.
If it's bunted to the right side, do you think Hull tries to make a play at third? It'll be interesting to see.
I think that might be why Adam Odd's so far back at third.
Ryan DeSantos has speed and a big lead right now. Pitches up high. 2 balls and a strike.
That's exactly the kind of base runner that Ryan DeSantos is, just to try and force something. Force the defense to make a play and in turn possibly make a mistake.
On the ground. To third, Odd to second for 1 to first. Double play! 2 clutch outs for the Baycats. Geraldo advances the runner to third, but I'm not sure that's the price that he wanted to pay for it.
Now that probably was the worst possible outcome for the Royals on that play, aside from a triple play.
Designated hitter number 4, Garrett Takamatsu.
But the saving grace here is you have the go-ahead run 90 feet away and arguably your best hitter in Garrett Takamatsu up to try and cash in.
They'll have to get a base hit here with 2 outs now. No chance of bringing him in on a deep fly ball. So they get a runner at third, but at a costly price. Gilbert retired, Geraldo retired. First pitch strike to Garrett Takamatsu. 2 for 3 tonight. Has a pair of singles and a run scored. The runner at third is Ryan DeSantos. He represents the go-ahead run for the Royals. Encarnacion's pitch. Fouled off right side. 0-2 now, and Encarnacion a strike away from averting potential catastrophe here in the 7th. This inning started off with back-to-back walks. And Encarnacion now a strike away from getting out of it unscathed. Here comes the crowd with an 0-2 count.
Just goes to show how important a double play is in scenarios like this.
Here's the pitch. Outside. Encarnacion hit the target from Puyar Genesar perfectly. That's exactly where he set up. They did not get the call from the home plate umpire.
You have to think that maybe Takamatsu is expecting a pitch a bit further outside.
Let's see where Puyar Genesar sets up now. Looks like he's going outside again. 1-2 pitch. Again, it's outside, and they don't get the call. That was even a little further off.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that call. It broke outside as well.
I'm not sure I like Encarnacion wasting pitches here by nibbling on an 0-2 count. He did that to Anthony Gilbert and ended up losing him on a walk. Now the count's 2-2 to Takamatsu, a pro hitter at the plate here. Here's the pitch. To first, into the glove of Hull. He steps on the bag, and that'll do it. How about that? Brady Encarnacion gets the Baycats off the field, and the score holds 3-3. Stretch time here at Athletic Culture Stadium. We'll be right back. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV Barrie.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Seventh inning of play is brought to you by Wild Wing Barrie. Go ahead, Baycats, get wild.
And the crowd is wild here tonight, enjoying Heave Away and Take Me Out to the Ball Game during the seventh inning stretch. Good crowd here tonight on this warm, muggy Thursday evening. A little more comfortable than it was at game time. And we're into July now, so these crowds sticking around a lot longer into the late innings of the ball game. We go to the bottom of the seventh inning, and the Royals go to the bullpen for the second time tonight.
Yeah, it's Glavin Pineda, right-hander for the Royals, in his second appearance of the year against the Baycats and third in his CBL career. He had a scoreless inning last Saturday with a walk and a strikeout against Barrie, and then pitched 2 innings and a win in Brantford the next day. Gave up a run in garbage time. So coming in with an ERA of 3 in just those two outings with 3 innings pitched so far.
So here's a chance for Edgar Figueroa to dial in and try to help the Baycats get something started here on the bottom of the seventh. He takes a strike. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Francisco Hernandez will follow. Ryan Rio will bat third against Glavin Pineda on a relief of Kyle Thomas, who took over for Jacob Cush. 0-1 pitch. High fastball.
Yeah, we talked about it off air in the break, and the curiosity of why not keep Kyle Thomas out there. He struck out the side and stranded a runner in the 6th. Why not leave him out there for a second inning, especially since the Royals don't play tomorrow?
Yeah, that was exactly my thinking. I mean, obviously Dino Ramel knows how to handle his pitchers here, but maybe a little quick with the hook on Thomas. Who knows? He certainly has gone 2 innings or more many occasions this season.
Well, in the game in Guelph with these two teams last week, that was the strategy for Ramel late. Edgar Garcia went 6 innings in a start, and then it was one pitcher in the 7th and another in the 8th, and then it was Kevin Escorcia in the 9th to close things out. It was Pineda and Andrew Case to kind of get it to Escorcia, and it worked out for Guelph. They held Barrie scoreless in the late innings.
2-1 pitch. That's up high, a 3-1 count. A walk would be big here if Figueroa can draw it.
You got to imagine for Figueroa, seeing a different arm is big for him after starting out this game with 3 strikeouts.
All 3 against Jacob Cush, the starter. Here comes the pitch. Inside, ball 4. Leadoff man aboard for the Baycats in the 7th. Here comes Francisco Hernandez.
Second baseman number 0, Francisco Hernandez.
4th straight inning that the Baycats have drawn a walk.
It's been that kind of game. A lot of base runners for both of these teams. Baycats have had at least one man reach in every inning so far. While Guelph, the only time they haven't was in the 3rd.
And the Baycats have had walks in every inning but the 2nd and 3rd. The 2 innings where they scored runs. Swing and a miss.
Had the thought that it could have been a bunt situation here for Francisco Hernandez, especially you look at Davis Nadal, how shallow he's playing at 3rd.
The Royals have walked 5 Baycats tonight. None of them have come in to score. One of them on the bases right now. So in that regard, the Royals somewhat fortunate that this is still a 3-3 tie. 6 hits for Guelph, 5 for Barrie. 0-2 here to Francisco Hernandez. Middle infield, Gilbert and Geraldo ready for the ground ball to turn 2. Pitch from Pineda. And that misses down in the zone, 1-2.
That's a big take for Hernandez after coming out aggressive in those first 2 pitches and getting down in the count.
Definitely want to make sure there's some base runners aboard for Ryan Rio when he comes to the plate next. Had that big home run in the 3rd inning tonight. Here comes the 1-2, and that one's low. Nice grab by Ward to keep that one from going to the backstop.
Yeah, that would have easily put Figueroa in scoring position and probably changed the entire strategy for Hernandez in terms of his approach.
Two balls, two strikes, nobody out. Runner at first. That's Edgar Figueroa for the Baycats. Pineda to Hernandez. Just outside. And a deep knee bend by Pineda, who thought he had the third strike there against Hernandez. Didn't get the call.
Well, it's the same pitch kind of we saw from Brady Encarnacion the last half inning, and it was also called a ball, so it's been consistent from Scott Cameron behind the plate.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Figueroa, the lead at first. Goes. Here's the pitch on the ground to short, and it's off the glove of Gilbert. It goes into center field, and that will get Figueroa to third. So putting the runner in motion gives the Baycats potential go-ahead run 90 feet closer.
I think that Figueroa being put in motion there and him kind of coming into second with Gilbert so close to the bag, put a scare into Gilbert a little bit and, kind of maybe flustered him in trying to make that play, charging in. Didn't stay back on it at all, was kind of rushing it, and it proved to be the difference in that play and having Hernandez reach, and that's going to be an error to Gilbert, his third of the year.
Well, when you put runners in motion, it alters the entire defense because everybody's adjusting. Somebody's got to cover the bag. And that ball misplayed by Gilbert. Might have fielded it cleanly if Figueroa wasn't in motion. We'll never know. But runners on the corners now, still nobody out. Here's Ryan Rio. First pitch to him, swinging. And he slices it foul down the left side.
Well, if Gilbert was able to make that play, the only shot he would have had to get an out was at first base. There was no chance he was going to get Figueroa because he was put in motion. But my thought process there is that he was thinking too much about potentially making a play at second, that he was, making a play before he even had the ball in his hand.
No balls and a strike. Rio's ready. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off again.
Rio's seeing it really well in this at-bat from Pineda. He just hasn't been able to square it up. Those last couple swings where he's fouled the ball away, he's been timing things well.
Rio wearing the baby blue socks tonight. I've seen him go with a few different colors. Lately, he waggles the bat. A hush falls over the crowd. Runner goes. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt, and it goes to the backstop. Here comes the runner. Figueroa scores. The Baycats are back on top 4-3.
Heads up from Francisco Hernandez there. He had second base stolen, and then advancing to third on the wild pitch from Pineda. And the pressure was getting to Pineda there with the runners in scoring position, and trying to pitch Rio inside, got away from Ward.
So a wild pitch brings in the go-ahead run for the Baycats. The margin of difference in this game at this point, 4-3 Barrie. Still nobody out. Runner at third. Here's the pitch, and that one's low.
Almost the same pitch from Pineda, really testing Rio inside, brushing him off the plate a little bit. And you see the infield now for Guelph coming in closer to that turf with the runner on third, nobody out. They can't afford to let Francisco Hernandez score on the ground ball.
Testing Rio, but testing Ward as well. There's low pitches, and now Rio wants time.
Noel McGarry Doyle's on deck. He came in defensively for Clayton Keys in the last half inning.
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner at third is Francisco Hernandez. Pitch from Pineda, swung on and missed by Rio. A big cut. Here comes Noel McGarry Doyle.
Left fielder number 95, Noel McGarry.
Well, that last pitch to Rio, very reminiscent of the couple that were inside, including the wild pitch, and they were trying to go low and in on Rio, and that 2-2 pitch got the job done for Pineda.
So this was the moment Josh Matlow was saving him for. Noel McGarry Doyle with his .462 league-leading average. We'll try to bring home this 5th run for the Baycats at third base. Francisco Hernandez 90 feet away.
It hasn't played in nearly 2 weeks, and that was June 20th here against the London Majors. He went 2 for 3 in that game with a double. Matlow being very cautious with the hamstring injury that McGarry Doyle was battling.
On the ground to third, and it comes through down the line into left field. That's a double for Noel McGarry Doyle. Rips the second pitch he sees down the third baseline and takes a bow. Well deserved.
What a piece of hitting
Noel
from
McGarry Doyle.
What a piece of hitting there. Just past a diving Davis Nadal at third base, right down the line. Exactly what you needed from him, and to try and a grand entrance back into the game for him after missing some time, and immediately making a difference and adding another run for Barrie.
And I was about to mention the infield was slightly drawn in as well, not in on the grass, but just a step or two, and you have to wonder if Nadal was playing back, if he's able to make that play. Keep that one from going down the line.
Yeah, absolutely, and that maybe a half second or so could have been the difference in that play, whether a run scores or not.
5-3 Baycats. They led 3-0 at one point. Runner at second, still nobody out. Adam onto the plate, fouls it off. Just one out in the inning. Glavin Pineda really struggling out there. Baycats with 2 already in this inning, looking for more. Here's the pitch. On the ground, foul.
And this outing so far in stark contrast to his first against Barrie this year, and a guy that, Pineda, he was in the Los Angeles Angels farm system for a few years as an infielder, then converted to pitching.
I was going to say the ball boy has grown a little bit since we saw him last. That's Nolan Macabrota out bringing some baseballs to the home plate umpire.
It was Hayden Jaco as well for much of the game today as well.
I mean, these kids grow fast, but not that fast. 0-2 to Adamad. Runner goes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. The throw down. Not in time. A clean steal for Noel McGarry Doyle.
Man, the double he was able to leg out, and then the stolen base right there. You got to imagine, he's now fully healthy, and that's a lot of confidence back into him for Josh Matlow to keep using Noel McGarry Doyle.
Between the double and the stolen base, it doesn't appear that he's recovering from anything. And what a welcome return that would be if he's back to 100%. Here comes Noah Hall now. So a big strikeout for Pineda. But the damage is done as Barrie's back on top by a pair now. You have to wonder if Dino Ramel is in that dugout wondering how this 7th inning might have gone if he left Kyle Thomas out there for one more inning.
Well, he does have another man warming up. And it looks like it's Andrew Case, another right-hander.
1-0 the count to Hull. Pitch from Pineda. Called strike. Inside part of the plate. Pineda got the call, 1-1. Baycats looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. Squandered a 3-0 lead here tonight. Battled back with 2 in the bottom of the 7th. It's now 5-3 Barrie. Pineda's pitch. Bounces up to the plate and gets away. Not far enough for McGarry Doyle, who took 4 or 5 steps in. And now goes back to the bag.
Yeah, you don't want to run into an out at home plate for that to be out number 3. Give Noah Hall an opportunity to cash in here.
Hull tonight 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. Brought in a big run for the Baycats in the second inning with a deep fly ball to left. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it's 3-1. Christian Puyol-Genesar on deck.
It's not very often you see the left fielder on a left-handed batter playing deeper than the right fielder, but that's exactly the case right now with Ryan Dos Santos.
Wow, you're right. I was like, where is the left fielder? He is way back. Swing and a miss. McGarry Doyle came about a third of the way home on that pitch.
Well, and you mentioned the sacrifice fly back in the second. That ball was, a couple feet away from being a home run. Dos Santos having to make that catch with his back against the wall.
Well, if Hull can put one down the left field line right now, look at all the room out there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch coming up. Foul back over the Guelph dugout.
Looks like it'll be Braden Pakala for Barrie in the 8th inning. Still warming up in that bullpen.
Edgar Figueroa, Francisco Hernandez, both scoring in this inning to give Barrie a 5-3 lead. Baycats looking for more. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4, and the inning continues. And this is turning into a nightmare for the Guelph Royals and Glavin Pineda. Here comes manager Dino Ramel, and let's see if he has the hook in his hand.
Yeah, Andrew Case has been warming up for quite some time, and it looks like he might be on his way in. Really rough outing here for Pineda. All he had to do was try and keep this Baycats offense at bay. But it's a wild pitch and an error in this inning that contributed to a couple runs so far.
Well, the umpires have been very generous in the time allowed on these mound visits tonight. Dino Ramel in no hurry. He's not even saying anything. He's just kicking dirt around on the mound now, waiting for the home plate umpire, Scott Cameron, to come out. And now he finally walks off the mound. He wasn't going anywhere until somebody came his direction.
No, and that's the veteran manager in Dino Ramel. He's been at this a long time and trying to give Andrew Case as much time as possible to get warmed up and ready to get into this game, whether he comes in mid-inning or in the 9th.
Dino wanted to make sure Scott Cameron got his 10,000 steps in today.
At bat for the Baycats, catcher number 29, Christian Puyol.
So he's not going to make the pitching change just yet. He is going to leave Pineda in to, hopefully for the Royals, from their perspective, get this third out of the inning. Christian Puyol-Genesar will bat. Righty-righty matchup, 2 out in the inning. Swing and a miss.
Well, the last couple plate appearances for Puyol-Genesar started up high and in, and that one did it as well. But he, those pitches look so easy to hit.
0-1 coming up. Runner goes. Pitch is a strike. No throw down. No point doing that unless you're 100% sure that you can get the runner.
Noah Hull stopped a few paces before he got to the bag and was just watching Matthew Ward not make the throw and just strolls into second base.
So he takes second uncontested, 2 in scoring position now. Here's the pitch on the way. Foul back to the screen. And again, Glavin Pineda a strike away from getting out of this inning.
Usually wouldn't see Noah Hull run on a play like that, but trying to keep play at second, a force play at second out of the cards for Guelph. And
well, it was a great decision because any throw down, Noel McGarry Doyle is going to be streaking in from third base. Potentially give the Baycats that 3-run lead back again. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Pineda gets the third out of the inning, but not before Barrie regains the lead. It's 5-3 Baycats through 7 here at Athletic Culture Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV Barrie.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
Silo Athletics, opening this July in South Barrie off Bryn, a premium indoor training facility for baseball and soccer, offering camps, team sessions, and high-energy birthday parties, built for athletes, teams, and families all year round.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
The juice is the best way to add zing to your Jersey Mike Sup. Real red wine vinegar and olive oil blend. And I like a lot of juice. Pour it on. Go ahead. Go on. I can take it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the Baycats, left-hander number 45, Braden Pakala.
Eighth inning at Athletic Culture Stadium. It's 5-3 Baycats. This telecast is presented by the authority of the Canadian Baseball League and the Barrie Baycats Baseball Club. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without expressed written consent. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or retransmission in any form is strictly prohibited.
First baseman number 18, Victor Mascai.
And the Baycats go to the bullpen for left-hander Braden Pakala.
Yeah, ninth outing of the year for Pakala. He comes in with a 1-0 record, and it's been roughed up the last couple outings. 3 earned runs in 2/3, his last against the Brantford Red Sox, and before that, 4 earned runs here against the London Majors. So trying to bounce back from 3 consecutive outings in which he allowed multiple earned runs. One of those was a win in Toronto, though.
Return of the pack.
Yeah. He started the year, he hadn't allowed an earned run in his first 5 outings.
I guess when Nolan Macabrota plays again, we can call it the return of the Mac.
Yeah.
Victor Mascai has reached base once, walked and scored a run in the 6th inning. Lefty-lefty matchup, pitch from Pakala on the ground, down the line, foul ball.
Yeah, that ball rode the line the entire way down. It wasn't even until the ball got into the glove of Noah Hull that Adam DeCare, the first base umpire, made a call.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 5-3 Baycats. Royals came back after a 3-0 deficit to tie it. And a 2-2 pitch, and Mascai just held off. Good take on that 2-2. Fans wanted the umpire to ring him up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch from Pakala. Low and away, ball 4. Leadoff man aboard for the Royals.
Well, just like that, Guelph got the tying run back up to the plate, and just like that as well for Barrie, they already got Oscar Moretta warming up in the bullpen, so it could be a short leash for Braden Pakala. As I mentioned, he's had a rough couple outings his last time out. Trying to have a bit of a redemption appearance in this one. Keep Barrie in the lead.
Here's Davis Nadal. Saul Vasquez got the leadoff man out for 6 straight innings tonight. Brady Encarnacion served up a walk to lead off the 7th. And now Braden Pakala serves up a walk to lead off the 8th. So an interesting contrast between the bullpen and the starter tonight, Saul Vasquez. Hit hard and deep, but way foul.
And Nadal's got some great power for a slight frame that he has.
Might have cleared the outfield fence, but in foul territory.
Yeah. I think it did.
Kids are chasing that ball down, but probably won't find it this side of the fence. 1-1 the count. Nadal showing bunt now, and it's way up high.
Not the worst idea from Nadal there, especially with nobody out yet. And Andy Leader on deck, who's already cashed in with an RBI double in this game.
Well, the Royals have been stranding base runners all evening with the exception of the 6th. Last inning they had 2 on, couldn't score, hit into a double play. And a called strike on one that looked like it could have been inside. Nadal with some choice words for home plate umpire Scott Cameron as he steps out and takes a walk.
Yeah, he can't believe it, and you can tell in his body language kind of slumping back into the box.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Pakala watching the runner, kicks and delivers. And that's outside.
Yeah, that one just barely missed for Pakala. It almost looked like he had Nadal on the ropes on that pitch.
Home plate umpire Scott Cameron seems to be giving the pitchers the inner part of the plate, not so much the outside ones, at least in these recent innings. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner leads and draws a throw.
Very lucky for Pack that Hull was able to scoop that. It wasn't a hard throw by any means, but well in front of the first base bag.
Wasn't trying to pick him off, just keep him honest, and yeah, he plunked that one right into the dirt. The Sky the lead. Here's the pitch down the line, foul. The Royals dugout making a lot of noise. They are into this game, trailing by 2.
Well, they got a full bench today, and their group was very vocal. I saw it the last time they were at this ballpark.
Pakala trying to keep his focus here. 3-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Fouled again.
Nicely done here from Nadal to get mentally back into this at bat. It was a close call that put him down on 2 strikes, and he's been able to foul off a couple really nice pitches from Pakala to stay alive.
13 pitches, and this is only the second batter he's faced. So the Royals are getting lots of looks at left-hander Braden Pakala here. 3-2. Popped up. Is it playable? Julio Genesar off with a mask. He is not going to have a play on it. And you might have a chance of that. Oh, Julius.
No shot.
A longer arm and you would have got it. If you had stood up, you could have grabbed that.
I was thinking about going under the rail, and I probably still wouldn't have had a shot.
Oh, you should have stood up.
Just too far away.
I think you had a chance. You just have to have that go-go gadget arm. So that took a fat bounce right off the metal bleachers and caromed about as close to this broadcast booth as we've seen in a long time.
It hit the ground like the sidewalk in front.
Oh, I thought it hit the bench. That one's fouled off to the left side.
That's 4 pitches in a row fouled off now on a full count by Nadal.
Well, it took a basketball bounce.
Yeah. I was expecting it, like I wasn't sure what the spin was, so it was ready for it.
You're overthinking it. That would have been a nice souvenir for you. 3-2 again from Pakala. 16th pitch from him. And another foul ball. What an at-bat here by Davis Nadal.
Nadal struck out 3 times against Saul Vasquez, and he's doing everything in his power not to make it a 4th time here against Pakala.
The Royals dugout is cheering every foul ball. Trying to wear down the Baycat left-hander here. Another 3-2 pitch and a high fly ball to right field. Figueroa back at the wall, makes the catch. And a play at first and backsliding in safely is Muskai. Davis Nadal came just a foot or 2 away from tying this game at 5.
He thought he had that off the bat. You could tell he bat flipped on his way to first base. He was so confident that was going to be a game-tying home run, and just a few feet short. Edgar Figueroa, just like Noah Hull, when he hit a long fly ball to left early in this game and Dos Santos making a catch. Figueroa right up against the wall to haul that one in.
No wind tonight, so that one really looked like it had a chance to clear the right field fence. A long and deep first out of this inning for Braden Pakala. Called strike. This is Andy Leader.
By the way, what an at-bat that was. That was maybe 10 pitches. Probably over 10 pitches. There was at least 5 or 6 in a row on a full count that Nadal fouled off.
When you can force a pitcher to come close to 20 pitches, and it's just the third batter of the inning, you're getting lots of good looks. By now, Pakala's shown them pretty much everything he has.
Yeah, he had to go through his whole arsenal a couple times over to get that out.
0-2. Called strike 3.
So from a maybe 12-pitch at-bat to a 3-pitch strikeout.
Well, he needed that. And we'll see if the Baycats make a pitching change here. Matthew Ward is the scheduled hitter. And yes, manager Josh Matlow points to the bullpen for the right-hander. So that'll do it for Braden Pakala, who throws 20 pitches, faces just 3 batters. A walk, a deep fly ball, and a strikeout. He gets an appreciative hand from the fans here at Athletic Culture Stadium as he heads back to the dugout. It's a 5-3 Baycat lead as they go to the bullpen. We'll step aside and be back. Two outs, bottom of the 8th inning. Royals with a tying run at the plate. They will face right-handed Carlos Sano for the Baycats.
Carlos Sano in his 3rd save situation of the year. He's secured one. He's blown one. He's coming off of a loss last night in London where he came in and pitched in the 10th inning and allowed the go-ahead single to win the game from Starling Joseph. This is his 11th outing of the year. Comes in with a 2.84 ERA and a 5-1 record.
A high fly ball deep to left field. It is up. It is gone. We are tied again on a 2-run bomb by Matthew Ward. A no doubter on the first pitch he saw from Carlos Sano. And the Royals come pouring out of the dugout to congratulate Ward on tying this game.
Well, that's been the kryptonite for Carlos Sano this year and his only blown save so far. He allowed a game-tying home run to Yushin Oda Another outing, he allowed a home run to Brendan Luther, and now it's Matthew Ward cashing in and tying this game up. The second home run he's had at this ballpark this year.
That ball might have landed halfway to Guelph. So Carlos Sano blows the lead on one pitch. Here's the number 9 hitter, Ashton Patterson. What a game for the Royals. Battling back, trailing 3-0 and 5-3, and another high deep fly ball. This one will stay in the park. Catch is made by Figueroa. Well, 2 pitches. One of them cost the Baycats the lead, and Carlos Sano and Barrie come off the field. We're tied at 5. We go to the bottom of the 8th at Athletic Culture Stadium.
Join Team BKGC. Inside 17,000 square feet of dedicated gymnastic space, athletes of every age and level come together. Whether you're just starting out or building advanced skills, there's a place for you here. BKGC, building confidence, community, and champions since 1965.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
Welcome back to Athletic Culture Stadium. The 8th inning of play is brought to you by United Way Simcoe Muskoka, making poverty unignorable. To learn how you can help, you can visit uwsimcoemuskoka.ca.
So the last time the Royals tied the game, the Baycats were unable to score in the bottom half of the inning. They'll try to do that here, now tied at 5, and look to respond against right-hander Andrew Case. First pitch strike to Brandon Hernandez.
Yeah, Case also pitched a scoreless frame last Saturday when these two teams played in Guelph.
Foul back to the screen.
Case, an ERA under 1 so far this year, 1-0 record in his now 9 appearances, 9 2/3 innings. He's struck out 14. He has not yet walked a batter this year. That's how good he's been.
Swing and a miss. Quick first out for Case and the Royals. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brandon Hernandez. Here comes Canisijo, who, as we've mentioned, has cooled off noticeably in the last few games. He's 0 for 4 again tonight with a pair of strikeouts.
Yeah, this is now his 4th game this season in which he's struck out at least 3 times, now 3 in a row.
Well, you know at some point he's going to snap out of this funk, and no better moment than right now. Takes a pitch high.
He was 0 for 5 last night in London and struck out all 5 times. And had another 0 for 4 with 4K night earlier this year.
8 home runs, tied with Chatham-Kent's Yu Shinoda for the league lead coming into tonight. They'd love a solo shot from him here to take the lead back. Also has 30 strikeouts, which is first in the league, so you know, you take the good with the bad. Canisijo with 2 more strikeouts to add to that, so 32. Called strike.
I want to point something out that I just found about Andrew Case. So now with the more advanced stats that the league is tracking on their website, Andrew Case has faced more batters this year than he's thrown balls.
Faced more batters than thrown balls.
That's how efficient he's been throwing strikes.
Here's the pitch. Oh, you mean balls as in missing the plate, not total
Yes,
pitches?
yes.
I thought you meant total pitches, and I
No.
was like, well, there need to be a pickoff or something there to.
So coming into today, he faced 40 batters and only thrown 33 balls.
Wow. Huh. I can't recall seeing that ever. I mean, that's definitely an advanced metric, but swing and a miss. Down goes Ejo. 3 strikeouts tonight.
Right fielder number 13, Edgar.
So 2 strikeouts. Brandon Hernandez and Kenise Ejo both go down swinging. Here's Edgar Figueroa. Clearly, Dino Ramel brought in the man he wanted for this 8th inning.
And they got a lefty going already in the bullpen.
Edgar Figueroa takes a pitch. Ball 1. Baycat bullpen quiet, so evidently Carlos Sano will work the 9th despite giving up the lead. Foul back, 1-1. A 2-run homer by Matthew Ward, if you're just joining us, tied this game at 5 in the top half of the inning. It was the first pitch offered up by Carlos Sano coming on in relief of Braden Pakala. Here comes the 1-1, and it's bunted to third. The throw, not in time. Great speed by Edgar Figueroa. He caught the Royals a little bit flat-footed there. A nice clean throw by Davis Nadal, but Figueroa beat it out.
And you got to commend that effort from Edgar Figueroa. On 2 strikes, nonetheless, he puts down a perfect bunt to the left side and is able to just barely leg it out for a 2-out infield single.
I don't think the Royals were thinking bunt for a minute there.
No, not with 2 strikes, not with 2 outs.
So here's Francisco Hernandez now to try to capitalize. Runner goes, swing and a miss. The throw down. Got him! A close play at second base, but the tag was applied, and they throw out Edgar Figueroa trying to get into scoring position. So that'll do it for Barrie in the bottom of the 8th inning, and we are still tied at 5 going to the 9th. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV Barrie.
Silo Athletics, opening this July in South Barrie off Bryn, a premium indoor training facility for baseball and soccer, offering camps, team sessions, and high-energy birthday parties, built for athletes, teams, and families all year round. Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp.
See you desire.
What makes Jersey Mike's a sub above? Is it the premium meats and cheeses, sliced on the spot and piled high on their in-store baked bread? Or could it be their hot, freshly grilled subs? How about all of the above? Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Baycats and Royals tied 5-5. Top of the 9th, Carlos Sano back out to pitch. Top of the order for the Royals, it's Ryan DeSantos.
Sano, only just 2 pitches in that 8th inning. A home run by Matthew Ward to tie this game, and then an inning-ending flyout.
Sano looking for his 6th win of the season. Not really his role on this team, but it's just the way it's worked out for him. It looked like it could have been a 4-out save for him, but surrendered the lead. A tie game now.
He very well could have had a 6th win yesterday, pitching in extra innings against the majors, but takes his first loss.
If the Baycats win this, it'll be another walk-off tonight, obviously. Now we're tied in the 9th. Swing and a miss by DeSantos. 1-2 the count. How many walk-offs have they had? 2 or 3?
At least 3. It's been a crazy season in terms of the late victories for this Baycats team.
Because you called 1 and I think I called 2.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So this would be the 4th walk-off for the Baycats if they can do it here tonight. Have to get through this top half of the ninth. Personally, I think it's a lot easier to walk it off at the bottom of the ninth and go to extra innings where you've got the base runner at second to deal with. May as well get it done here. Try to get a clean 3 up, 3 down, ninth inning. 2-2 coming up from Carlos Sano. Swing and a miss. Down goes DeSantos, 1 away.
Third K of the game there for DeSantos. We talked about it earlier. It's just been a kind of an ideal game for him, and exactly what you expect from DeSantos. 3 Ks, gets hit by a pitch and walks as a stolen base there as well.
Anthony Gilbert fouls it over our heads. So Carlos Sano comes in, blows the lead on 1 pitch, and then looks unhittable against Patterson and DeSantos. Now it's Gilbert's turn. Pitch is up high. One ball, 1 strike to Gilbert. Fly ball deep to right field. Figueroa back at the wall, makes the catch. 2 down. Another hard hit ball off Carlos Sano. The Royals have been barreling up on him.
Yeah, and Gilbert with a really nice drive to send that one to right field, but it was too easy for Edgar Figueroa. Just looking at the schedule for this Baycats team and looking back, the Baycats started out this year 3-0 in 1-run games and are now 4-3 in 1-run games. So the close ones haven't been kind to them as of late.
No, they certainly have not. 2 out in the ninth. First pitch strike to Geraldo.
Meanwhile, if you look at these teams, should it go to extras, Barrie 5-1, Guelph only 1-0.
Baycats have had 6 extra inning games?
Yeah.
Wow. One ball, 1 strike. Geraldo 0 for 4 tonight with a double play. It has not been a good night at the plate for him. Due up for Barrie, Francisco Hernandez, Ryan Rio, and Noel McGarry-Doyle. 1 more out to get here. Sano looks in, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. 1-2. You wonder why Carlos Sano had to give up that 2-run homer to find his rhythm here.
It's just the ideal scenario for Matthew Ward. He just pounced on the first pitch.
Here comes the crowd. A good crowd sticking around right to the end here tonight. 1-2 the count. Miguel Geraldo waggles the bat. Here's the pitch. And the appeal at first, and he went around. They didn't get the called strike, but they were quick with the appeal. And the first base ump, Adam DeCare, says yes. So a strikeout to end the inning. And the Baycats will try to walk it off when we return. 5-5, bottom of the ninth, when we return after this.
Silo Athletics, opening this July in South Barrie off Bryn, a premium indoor training facility for baseball and soccer, offering camps, team sessions, and high-energy birthday parties, built for athletes, teams, and families all year round. Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
Join us this summer at the Baycats Summer Baseball Camp.
See you in the dark.
What makes Jersey Mike's a sub above? Is it the premium meats and cheeses, sliced on the spot and piled high on their in-store baked bread? Or could it be their hot, freshly grilled subs? How about all of the above? Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Yesterday for Jacob was his 100th game in the league.
Bottom of the ninth, Barrie Baycats, Guelph Royals tied at 5.
And this ninth inning is brought to you by United Way Simcoe Muskoka, making poverty unignorable. To learn how you can help, give us at uwsimcoemuskoka.ca.
Francisco Hernandez will face Royals reliever Kevin Escorcia.
Yeah, Kevin Escorcia has been phenomenal out of this Royals bullpen so far to start this year. He got the save last time the Baycats were in Guelph and has had a couple saves on this year so far, 2 and 13 2/3 innings. He also has a 3-0 record, so kind of a similar case to Carlos Sano, where the closer has racked up the wins a little bit. This is his 13th appearance, comes in with an ERA just under 6. Struck out 13, he's walked 4. And his last appearance was that save against the Baycats last week.
Foul back to the screen, 1-1. So the way Dino Ramel has managed his pitchers tonight, clearly the plan is the plan, and whether you throw a clean inning or a pitch well, it doesn't matter because Case pitched very effectively in his one inning of work, as did Kyle Thomas early on.
Yeah, it really seemed like all the when it was Glaive and Pineda in the game for Guelph, that was when Barrie was able to capitalize, as Hayden Jaco there standing on deck set to bat for Ryan Rio.
Jaco, a right-handed hitter, to face the lefty. It's a 3-1 count now to Francisco Hernandez. Bottom of the ninth, Baycats looking to walk it off again here at home. And it's a walk to Hernandez. Great at bat. Francisco aboard. And here's Hayden Jaco.
Hitting number 55, Hayden Jaco.
That walk right there is really key for Barrie. Is in stark contrast to Guelph, who went 3 up, 3 down in the top of the ninth, and right there, the winning run is on base.
I already mentioned it once, but it's a whole lot easier to walk this thing off in the ninth rather than in the 10th or later when you've got extra runners to deal with. This one back to the mound. Escorcia, one play, and that's to first. Underhands it to the first baseman, and the Baycats advance the runner, and now the winning run is in scoring position.
You got to imagine that Jaco pinch hitting there for Rio was with the idea that Hernandez was going to get on and a bunt situation was going to be put in play. And if that was the case, that was the mindset for manager Josh Matlow and this Baycats team. That's exactly worked to plan to bring in one of the most dangerous hitters in the league up.
And the question is, does Dino Ramel want Escorcia to face Noel McGarry-Doyle, or does he have somebody else in mind?
I wonder what this chat's about.
He's been ejected, according to Lucas. Got ejected, according to Lucas.
Well, we're told that an ejection here.
Yeah, that's Miguel Geraldo. I'm not sure. Maybe he had some words for Francisco Hernandez as he was coming into second.
Who knows? Wasn't like there was any close call there that he would have been arguing, so we don't know why, but Dino Ramel getting the explanation. Geraldo will leave the game.
And Ramel still chatting with first base umpire Adam DeCare, who made the call.
Players routinely get ejected for saying things to umpires, but you don't often see a player get ejected for saying something to another player. If in fact that was the case, we don't know. We can only speculate up here. So a new second baseman coming into the game. And it looks like it's number 3, Kyle
Yeah, that's
Kush.
Kyle Kush, who's
Now playing second base for Guelph, Kyle Kush.
So Francisco Hernandez, the potential winning run at second base. And look who's up. Noel McGarry Doyle came on to pinch hit for Clayton Keys, hit a double in the 7th inning. First pitch to him. And the ball gets away. Ward back to get it, and up to third goes Francisco Hernandez. And the Baycats now 90 feet away from walking this one off.
well, wild pitch cost Glavin Pineda when he was pitching in that 7th inning, and it's struck again here for Kevin Escorcia.
And now a conference on the mound. Another visit from Dino Ramel.
So Ramel's going out to talk to the left fielder.
Ryan, I think Santos is going to leave the game.
They're going to go 5 infielders. I think they're going to bring in Garrett Takamatsu to play defense. Saw him come off the bench. Now he's in that little huddle on the mound.
Well, this is a smart move because obviously a deep fly ball ends the game. There's only one out in the inning, so the mastermind, Dino Ramel, making a switch here as DeSantos leaves the game.
So Takamatsu is going to be up the middle behind Escorcia. They got 2 outfielders because they know no matter what, a fly ball is going to score Hernandez, especially here with 1 out. So it's up to McGarry Doyle to just put a ball up in the air and into the outfield.
So you basically have 2 shortstops here, one between first and second, one between third and second.
So again, keep that in mind. If Guelph is able to get out of this inning, they lose the DH spot in their order.
1-0 pitch coming up to Noel McGarry Doyle with the infield in, and the ball is in the dirt, blocked by Matthew Ward, who has probably been the busiest player on the field tonight. Anything behind him now wins the game for Barrie.
You gotta wonder, I'm surprised they're not walking McGarry Doyle.
Adam Ott on deck. They'll go with the lefty-lefty matchup here. Here's the pitch on the ground. To second, they go to the plate. The tag! Not in time! Francisco Hernandez scores, and the Baycats walk it off again here at home with a 6-5 victory. Look at the celebration in right field. So the Royals going with the extra infielder for that exact reason, to try to cut off that run at home plate. But they could not beat the speedy Francisco Hernandez, who scores the walk-off winning run here tonight.
And that play to win the game for the Baycats worked exactly as they wanted. They got the runner in scoring position on a sacrifice bunt earlier on in the inning. Another wild pitch moves up Hernandez 90 feet away, and from there it was just clean execution, fundamental baseball. Noel McGarry Doyle putting a ball in play, and it was Francisco Hernandez who used his speed to get under the tag. And the Baycats move back into the win column with yet another walk-off victory.
And their first win against Guelph this season, and the 3-game losing streak comes to an end. Tomorrow it's Toronto, and then we're right back here for Saturday afternoon's game against the Hamilton Cardinals. We hope you can join us at the ballpark. If not, Julius and I will have the call for you right here on Baycats TV. Final tonight, Baycats come from behind and win this one 6-5. Thanks for watching here at Athletic Culture Stadium.